Again. I'm back at it again, man. Listen, we're going to get to it all. There's a lot of things going on. We're going to be talking about the Jets, okay? Training camp, Dalvin Cook, all of it. Give me 1 second, folks. We're going to connect the audio and get to it. Hold on 1 second.
Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it, back at it, back at it again. I'm back at it again, man. Listen, your boy's fired up tonight, okay? Your boy is fired up. The New York Jets have made some moves, okay? We've signed Dalvin Cook. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the Jets, recent preseason game against the Panthers. Boy, oh boy, is that ought to discuss when it comes to that situation. We're also going to be talking about the Jets' recent training camp practice as well. We're going to touch on that quite a bit. And so we got a lot to talk about. Listen, the lines are open, 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Again, when you call in, be patient. The lines are hot. We're going to get to everyone, okay? Trust. We're getting to everybody, all right? So now it's time to go ahead and get into the show. Listen, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show, all right? Now, listen, your boy's also on iTunes as well, okay? Go on over to iTunes, okay? Type in The Long Beach Joe Show. Subscribe to the podcast there and leave your boy a 5-star rating. All right? Leave me a 5-star rating. Also, leave me some feedback. Let me know what you folks think about what I'm doing here. I truly appreciate that from y'all. I love seeing the feedback and everybody enjoying the show. I'm also on Blog Talk Radio as well, okay? Blog Talk Radio / Long Beach Joe Show. I appreciate everybody that checks me out through that as well. A lot of people checking me out from all over the place. Salutes and respect, if I don't say it enough, to everybody from overseas that be hitting your boy up. Whether it be Germany, the Middle East, Australia. I got people hitting me up from Canada, people hitting me up from the UK. Salutes and respect to everybody that listens to me, period, but especially, those that are across the pond. I truly appreciate y'all, and I appreciate y'all enjoying my show, all right? I really, really do. It means the world to me. I'm always shocked when people so far away from where I am are listening to your boy, okay? I'm also on Twitter as well, okay? Go on over to Twitter, type in at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe, okay? Type in at The Long Beach Joe, and follow your boy on Twitter. I'll follow you right back. Let's go back and forth, okay? And also, for those of you that may not know, I'll be live on YouTube, okay? Listen, we do the radio show live. I put live content up. A lot of people don't know that. And they'll listen to the show, and then they'll run into my YouTube, okay, and be like, whoa, Joe, I didn't know that you was live. I didn't know that we had all these things moving and shaking, things going on, stuff happening. I'm shocked. And I go, yeah, your boy goes live. We go live for every show, and we have a lot of fun. The ladies is like, Joe, listen, you look good, baby. We didn't know that you looked that good. We enjoyed listening to the show, enjoyed the takes, but we didn't know that you were so handsome. And I always say, thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm not an arrogant guy. I just work with what I have. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate all the love. So for those of you that may not know, okay, come on over to YouTube, okay? Type in Long Beach Joe Jets, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube, okay? Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Also, give the videos a thumbs up. Share them across your social media with your friends and your family. But just know, that when you come over here and we doing these lives, you're going to have to meet the savages. That's my chat. I call my chat the savages. You want to know why? Bro, they savage. Savage. I'm telling you, straight savage, man. Straight savage, all right? Listen, nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. Not even me. If they don't like your take, they're going to let you know. Okay? They're going to let you know. So when you come on by, get involved with them. They go back and forth. And again, savages, salutes and respect to you. We will come to y'all throughout the show. Put your comments, put your questions in there as well. We'll come to you folks in between the calls. Keep in mind, I'm one man, though. Okay, I'm one man. But I will come to y'all, and I appreciate all the savages in the chat. GM, Jets, Mess, I see you. What's going on? Dakota, Christopher Phillips, salutes. All right, I see y'all. And now it's time to get into it, okay? We got a lot to discuss. I'm going to go as quickly as possible. Again, everybody, 515-602-9639 is the number. The lines are open when you call in, new callers. Be patient. We will get to everybody. I just got to quickly cover these topics, and then we're going to get to the lines. And I want to hear from y'all folks because there's so much going on right now with the New York Jets and everything that's happening. So for those of you that may not know or have been under a rock, the New York Jets has signed Dalvin Cook. Oh, yeah. It's official. It's official. Dalvin Cook is a New York Jet. All right. Dalvin Cook signed with the Jets for $8.6 million. That's what the deal is up to. And it's a 1-year deal. All right. Now, here's the deal. When I heard about this situation, I was like, okay, awesome. It's a great addition. He's a guy, he's a playmaker. He's a dynamic weapon here. He can come here and do a lot of different things for us, right? Still a solid running back. Of course, we know that he's coming off of that shoulder surgery. Still a little bit of time. He's trying to heal up from that still. I think he's like a couple weeks away, maybe a week away or something like that from healing up from that surgery. And so, this is a good deal for the New York Jets offense. Gives us another weapon. Also, when you look at this deal as well, it's no long-term commitment there. Okay, it's a 1-year deal. We're continuing to move forward. And what this does for the Jets is it really allows them to allow Breece to really just work himself back in slowly, okay? I know that there's a lot of talk about Breece, and we'll be getting into that just a second when we speak about the Jets training camp practice. But when you look at the situation with Breece's knee, right, you got to wonder, hey, do you want to push this kid out there, week 1 if he's not really ready? I don't want to see him on that field until he's 100% ready to go. And even then, coming back from an ACL is tough, okay? It's tough. And I get into it with a lot of Jets fans, okay? I've gone back and forth. I truly enjoy the banter. I love the discussions, all right? I love to go back and forth having the mental joust. But here's the deal, all right? Everybody throws out, well, Adrian Peterson did it. Whoa, stop, okay? Not everybody is Adrian Peterson, okay? Let's slow down, all right? Different people's bodies react differently to different injuries, okay? And so when I look at it, I do not want to see Breece put out on that field until he's 100% ready to go and ready to allow things to happen. Now, also, when you look at it, even if he's ready just to get out there, is he really ready to carry the load? That's something else I think the New York Jets are looking at, okay? So with Dalvin Cook now here, listen, Cook, Carter, Izzy, that's going to be a deadly trio. And again, we'll see how many backs they keep. Bam, we saw flashes from him last season as well. He's been looking pretty solid in camp too. That's a deadly backfield. And again, when Breece is fully ready and ready to go, boy, oh boy, you put Breece into that mix, that running back rotation is monstrous. So Dalvin Cook is here. And we're going to be discussing that tonight as well. I'm excited about it. I know that there were some Jets fans talking about, it's an overpay, $8.6 million. Stop. I don't have a problem with it. It's a 1-year deal. After this year, he's off the books. It's going to be said and done, okay? But we'll be discussing that tonight because there were some Jets fans that I talked to that did not like the signing, okay? Now I want to talk to you folks about Jets Panthers, okay? We're going to give a little recap here, all right? Now, I want to start with the Jets offense. Listen, Zach Wilson was very solid in this game. And I really like some of the things that I saw out of him. He got the ball out of his hands quickly. A lot of quick decision making as well. And that was one of the things that impressed me the most, because what do we know about Zach, or what did we know about Zach? That one of his biggest issues last season was figuring out where to go with the football lickety split. He was holding on to the ball way too darn long last season, way too long, right? He wasn't recognizing what the defenses were doing or what they were trying to do against him, and that would often cause problems. Balls would come out late behind guys all over the place, right? Well, in this game against the Panthers, he was getting it out of quickly. Quick decision-making, immediate stuff. He was dropping back. Oh, I'm letting the ball go. Oh, I'm finding Michael Carter. Oh, I'm finding C.J. Uzomah. Oh, I'm finding Kenny Yeboah. I'm getting rid of this thing as soon as possible. And so that was something I really, really liked out of him. Again, he was 14 to 20, 123 yards throwing the ball. He led 2 field goal drives, also had a touchdown as well to Yeboah. So things were looking really good. And this was a nice show of growth. Okay, you can clearly see that Aaron Rodgers is having quite an impression on him. Aaron Rodgers is definitely rubbing off on Zach Wilson. Another thing that I really like from Zach as well in his play is it truly seems like his confidence, you can just see he's just exuding confidence within his play. He's so sure of himself. He's so sure of himself in his play within the scheme. He's so sure of what to do that he's not even thinking. He's going out there, dissecting what's happening and letting it go. And that's big as well, because what was one of the biggest issues with Zach last year as well, was that he was extremely unconfident. He looked like a beaten man last year. And they talked about it. Even Sulla talked about it, how his confidence was just shot. He was so just all over the place. He didn't know what to do. He looked mentally broken. Last season, it looked like if Zach could just crawl into a hole and go back to a regular life and no one ever remembered that he played football, he would have done it. If he could have snapped his fingers last season, especially after that Patriot game, snapped his fingers and said, I'll just go back and, be a plumber, okay, in Springfield. Nobody will remember me. He probably would have done it, okay? Okay? He probably would have done that. But it's looking like, again, Zach Wilson, his confidence is growing. He's looking very confident within the scheme. And he's out there really playing solidly. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Right now, and I want to hear from y'all, to me it looked like Zach Wilson is in the lead for that number 2 quarterback spot. That's how it's looking to me. Let me know, Savages in the chat. Callers will be talking about that as well. Of course, the running backs look solid. Now, this was before, again, Dalvin Cook signed, but Michael Carter looked really, really good. Man, he was looking powerful, shifty. Handed him the ball. He was running all over the place in the running game. 4 of 19 in carries. 4 carries for 19 yards, He was also, breaking tackles in the passing game. He was working as well. 2 catches, 34 yards. I remember a lot of people talking about trading him. I remember that. All right. Now, your boy's a big Michael Carter fan. I'll tell you what, he's looking prepped and ready to go into the season. Looking ready to go. All right. And like I told y'all, and I'm going to keep saying this, don't forget it. It's where you heard it first. That boy Michael Carter in the passing game is going to be something for defenses to deal with. You got Garrett Wilson, you got Lazard, you got Mecole Hardman. Maybe we put a tight end out there, C.J. Uzomah, somebody out there, right? And then you got old Michael Carter just in the backfield. Aaron Rodgers looks around, makes an audible, changes to a different play, and Michael Carter be leaking out into the flats all by himself. And let me tell you something. Michael Carter with space in front of him to make something happen. Boy, oh boy, you're going to get cooked. You're going to absolutely get cooked. That is not something that you want to see if you are a defender, okay? He'll make you look crazy, all right?
Here we go.
I'm talking crazy, okay? So, I'm just saying. It's going to be interesting to see what happens this season. Again, this is before the addition of Dalvin. But even with Dalvin here, again, we're getting even more deadly. I thought Knight looked good as well. He had a fumble that got called back. That fumble was not a fumble. It was a bunch of nonsense, right? But, of course, we were able to get the ball back. Izzy was impressive as well. 12 rushes, 56 yards. He also had a 26-yard run that could have been a TD, but it got brought back. It was downed at the 1. He looked really, really good. Really good. I'm been very impressed by Israel Adebanyakanda. Very, very solid. Also, when you look at the performance of the O-line, All right? They looked all right. They looked all right. Now, keep in mind, the Panthers did not play Burns, okay? Brian Burns, we all know what he brings to the table. They didn't have him on the field. They didn't have a couple other guys as well on defense on the field. But we did see Mekhi Becton play 27 snaps. That's up from 7 against the Browns. And he looked really, really good. He looked really good. Even Sulla talked about, him getting out there and, playing and looking solid. And even when, he was trying to pull Becton, Becton told him, hey, I want to keep going. And they just said, hey, whoa, we got to shut it down. But he continues to show these positive signs. And again, he looked really solid out there, especially in the running game. Very physical. Now, there was one play where there was a sack let up. I'm not sure if it was him or not, because it looked like he was going to seal the edge and looked like the guard should have came over and grabbed the guy. But a lot of people are crediting him with that sack. That's fine, right? But Mekhi Becton looked really, really good. But again, keep in mind, there was no Brian Burns out there. But Mekhi has continued to look phenomenal. There's been a lot of talk about him. And it's about time that Mekhi Becton start practicing with the ones, okay? Put him out there at left tackle. He needs to be the starter, okay? So we'll see what happens going forward with him. Again, the Jets' defense was phenomenal as well. They stole the show. They stole the show. Let me tell you something. Oh, baby. Man, I would not want to be I would not want to be an opposing quarterback facing the Jets defense. That is not a space that I would want to be in. All right? No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay? This Jets front four was just absolutely dominating, wreaking havoc up front, causing all types of problems. Okay? Now keep in mind, okay? The Jets didn't even have all of their starting pass rushers in, all their starting defensive linemen. No Quentin Williams, no Carl Lawson. We can keep going. We didn't have all of our guys out there. But the guys that we did have out there, now again, they were playing against the Panthers' starting offensive line. They were completely dominating them. One of the guys that just showed up and showed out, boy, oh boy, was Jermaine Johnson. My God. I told y'all, bro, that boy Jermaine Johnson is taking the next step this year. He is unbelievable. I'm talking about putting the moves on, people getting around. He hit Bryce Young, rookie quarterback with the Panthers. That kid is talented. He's going to be solid in this league. He hit Bryce Young with a shot that put him on his keister, okay? Put him right on his keister. Welcome to the NFL, rookie. All right? But our defensive front mauled the Panthers' offensive line and mauled Young and Corral as well, the other quarterback they have, pretty much all night long. All right? Jermaine Johnson did his business. Huff looked solid out there. Will McDonald continues to show explosive ability. He plays so physical and he's so fast. He had a sack as well on the night. I'm really excited to see that kid. Oh, man, he's going to be something else to deal with this upcoming season. Quentin Jefferson, again, a guy that we just recently signed. I don't feel he's talked about enough. He looked really good. He got himself a sack out there. Hector, a defensive lineman, we just, brought into the building. He got a sack too. I mean, these guys were just all over the place against the Panthers. The Jets defensive line went stupid. Okay, went stupid against the Panthers offensive line, and it was a beauty to see because pass rush matters in this league. We're talking about winning the Super Bowl. Right now, it goes through Kansas City, okay? If you cannot chase Patrick Mahomes down, if you can't get some rush on Patrick Mahomes and take care of business, you're going to lose. You're going to lose, and we can do that. And not sending blitzes. We can get pressure with our front four. And never mind just Patrick Mahomes. What about all the other myriad of great quarterbacks we have in the AFC? Right? Deshaun Watson, Herbert, all these guys. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. We can keep going on with the names. Okay? We have to be able to get after the quarterback in the NFL. You have to be able to get after the quarterback if you want to ascend in this league. Okay? And this Jets pass rushing group is deep. Keep in mind, the Eagles, 70 sacks. Second to that was the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe they had 55. There's no wonder that those teams have been in Super Bowls recently. All right? No wonders. But we're going to be talking about that tonight. Now, my final, before I get to my final statement, our special teams look good as well. Greg Zuerlein continues to impress. He looked like he's ready for the season. He was 2 of 2. Longest field goal is 47 yards. That matters because special teams can win you games. Patriots won Super Bowls. We know. We watched it. Vinatieri, he was kicking rings all over the place, right? And we also know the New York Jets have struggled, particularly at the kicker position, for years. Once we let Jason Myers out the door, it's been a mess. It's been a mess. Okay? Also, Morstead was very solid with the punting, and I was really impressed as well with Gibson. That guy continues to put some quality returns together, okay? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens going forward with him attempting to make the roster if that's something that actually gets him a spot. Now you look at the New York Jets training camp practice today. It's the final thing we're going to talk about. We're going to get to the lines next. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Again, callers, hold on. New callers, be patient. We'll get to everybody. Trust. Going to go through this in just like 2 minutes. Now today, listen, start with the offense. It was rough. Aaron Rodgers had a rough day today, all right? Threw an interception to Whitehead. There was a bunch of incompletions, right? Things just looked off. He also tweaked his good calf. We know that he dealt with a calf, situation earlier in the offseason. He tweaked his other calf. We know he's also had some issues. He got his pinky toe stepped on, so that definitely impacted his play today. So he had a rough day out there. Zach Wilson looked good, though. Zach Wilson went out there, controlled the ball really well, made some solid throws. You look at the running back situation. For those of you that may not know, Breece Hall, he's been activated off the pup. That boy's been activated. He was at practice, and he talked quite a bit about a lot of different things. One of the things he said is that he feels like he'll be ready for week 1. He thinks he'll be ready to go. And that's very interesting to say. But he also, again, followed it up with, it's up to the coaches and how they feel going in there, with his knee. We'll see what happens. But they're going to do the best thing for him, and the team. That's what they're going to do. He was also asked about Dalvin Cook. We know that they, again, just brought in Dalvin Cook, right? He was asked about Dalvin Cook, and he gave an amazing, very mature response. And I want you folks to hear what Breece had to say when asked about Dalvin Cook coming into the New York Jets and if it would diminish the role of Breece Hall. Here's what Dalvin had to say.
Is there any thought or concern in your mind that Dalvin's presence could impact your role in some way?
Nah, just another, like I said, it's another great guy we add into the room. And like I said, it's gonna be a good competition. It's gonna be the best, bring the best out of everybody. So when he comes in, all of our reps might get lessened, or and we're gonna have to work him in. So it's gonna make us, do the most of what we can with our reps. So it's gonna be fun. He's gonna come in, he's gonna challenge us. We're gonna challenge ourselves, and we're gonna challenge him as well. So it's gonna be fun.
Now, very, very mature. Okay. Now, what's crazy about that is I remember that there was a point in time where Jets fans were talking about, hey, you don't want to do this. You want to bring in a running back. I'm telling you, Breece Hall, Michael Carter, they're going to go crazy. There was a lot of talk surrounding, Breece Hall possibly being upset with the New York Jets. There was people talking about it on social media, right? Oh, Breece Hall's going to be upset. Breece Hall is upset with the Jets because they're thinking about Dalvin Cook. He just answered that question and told you very maturely, hey, look. He's another great guy, bringing it into the locker room. We're going to continue to push. It's going to make us better. We're going to become competitors. We're going to become better competitors, and we're going to push each other. So there's not going to be any beef with Dalvin Cook coming here. He's coming into the fold. He's coming in here, and he's going to be helping the New York Jets produce and push forward to hopefully win it all, right? So that kind of put that to bed. Michael Carter also gave a very mature response as well to the situation. And he also said, hey, last year, I've definitely grown from last year. I'm not as quick to emotionally respond. If you would have asked me, if you would have sat me down last year if they made a move and Breece Hall would have been brought in, then I would have, said, hey, I don't even want to talk to y'all, because he also acknowledged how tough the New York media can be. But he said, hey, we're going to continue to move forward. And he also said that Coach Sulla had called him to let him know that the Jets were making that move and that he appreciated that because Coach didn't have to do it. So all the talks about them possibly beefing and this causing a rift, right, that people were trying to drum up along social media, all that has been put to bed. All right? All of that has been put to bed. Okay? They're going to come in. They're going to work together. They're going to work hard. And, again, they're all Jets. Okay? Regardless of how Dalvin Cook got here, signed, whatever. Listen, they're all Jets. And we're coming here all for one goal, to push and try to win it all. All right? Also, okay, Michael Carter looked very solid out there in practice as well. Did his thing. The New York Jets offensive line continues to sputter along. All right? It was a tough day for the line. Max Mitchell had a back issue early, so he kind of got pulled. He was able to come back and do some special team stuff, but he's dealing with that. ATV was not out there. He's dealing with an ankle injury, so we'll keep our eyes on that going forward. Tippmann was in there with the first team. Okay, listen, that boy Tippmann out there doing his thing. He's going to be rotating with Connor McGovern to now take first team snaps. He went from the third team to the first team. Very interesting. We'll be talking about that tonight as well. All right. And Becton also got out there at left tackle, worked with Rodgers today. All right. So we're going to see if that continues on as well. Like I said, I want to see Becton really go out there and take a lot of the first team reps, or take all of the first team reps at left tackle. We'll see what happens going forward. A lot of reporters out there talking that, again, even with the offensive line struggling, Mekhi Becton clearly is out there looking like the best tackle. Better than Max Mitchell, better than Turner, okay? And he's looked like that the last couple practices and in the games as well, all right? Also, the defense had a solid day. JFM had a great day at practice. John Franklin Myers putting pressure, doing his thing. Quincy Williams and Michael Carter, the second as well, they made plays too. And, of course, we talked about Whitehead having that interception. So we're going to get to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking our callers. I can talk all day, but I don't want to. I want to talk to the people. I want to get to y'all. The lines are hot, okay? Again, be patient. We going to get to everybody. Trust, okay? Chris, we were going to come to you. Call back in, Chris. We'll get to you. All right, listen, wherever you're watching me from, please give the stream a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and hit that notification bell so when I post content, you will be in the know, okay? For those of you that are new to my content, please do not call into my show unless you have a good signal so I'll be able to hear you. Also, when you call in, just know there is no cursing on my show. Don't call into my show cursing, all right, because I get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. Faster than I got Jamal Adams out of here. That was fast. Whoa. Damn, that was fast. Y'all remember him? Y'all remember Jamal Adams? That's crazy. People celebrating him being gone now. I'm excited, He's up out of here. You know what I'm saying? He is up out of here. All right? So, please don't call into my show cursing. All right? Also, give the video, again, a thumbs up. If you want to hit the super chat, is greatly appreciated. You want to hit the Cash App, that's greatly appreciated as well. So we'll get to these calls again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking our callers. First caller I'm going to get to, okay, because the lines are cooking. All right, they are cooking. I'm going to get to my guy, Jason. Jason, I'm coming directly to you. 973 will come to you. 718 will come to you as well. But we got to get to Jason. Listen, Jason, salutes. I want to thank you for calling in. For those of you that do not know Jason, he's a savage, man. Savage. Straight savage. Listen, Jason, I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Dalvin Cook is now a New York Jet. Tell me how you're feeling about it.
Well, to be honest, man, I'm happy that he's on this team now, because all those Dolphin fans were saying, oh, he was was using the Jets to get more money from the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't want to go to the Jets. He wants to come down to Miami and be a Dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
And just watching them have to walk that shame is funny. It's amazing. I love it right now. It's so great that now all these people have to now backtrack because now they don't. Not only did they get the guy they want, now they're trying to say he's overweighted now, which is even more funny. I like our guys in the group, but having two number ones is going to be it's going to be great. I can't wait for the season.
Yeah, it is. I'm hyped as well. Again, I think, him, Carter, having that 1-2 punch is going to be phenomenal. But I was speaking with a lot of Jets fans, and some people just felt like we overpaid $8.6 million for 1 year. What were your thoughts about the contract? I don't think we overpaid at all. I think it's a decent deal. There's no long-term commitment. Give me your thoughts on that.
Well, here's the best thing. It's only for 1 year.
Yeah.
So if it does work, if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter because he won't be here next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfect time. And not only that, Bryce Hall is coming back from injury.
Mm-hmm.
This sets it up perfectly so we don't have to rush Bryce Hall back.
Mm-hmm.
So we can probably maybe try to save him for the second half of the season so then he's fresher. And not only that, this helps us with so much depth
Mm-hmm.
that is somehow if we had injury in the running back room, this
Mm-hmm.
should cover us now. So
Yeah.
then we don't have to worry about it. This helps us in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see how. I understand we may be overpaid so much, but it's only for 1 year.
Yeah.
We get the money back next year, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that you touched on as well when you were speaking about Breece Hall, of course, we know that he just got activated off the PUP. I think that this move is really going to help kind of work him into the situation. Give me your thoughts on the mature response that he gave. Because for a while, right, there was a lot of people on social media kind of trying to drub up this situation, saying that Breece and Michael Carter would be upset if the Jets actually made a move and got Cook, and that it'd be a lot of issues and cause a lot of problems. When we heard from Breece and Michael Carter saying, hey, look, this guy's going to come in. We heard Breece Hall, just kind of say, hey, look, this guy's being brought into the fold. He's here. He's another good guy in the room, and he's going to make us better. We're going to make each other better, and we'll continue to move. Give me your thoughts on how all of that being drubbed up about them possibly having an issue with the Jets bringing in Cook have been kibosh. Give me your thoughts about that.
Well, to be honest, I have to give my kudos to Coach Sella. He called Michael Carter and tell him, hey, we're gonna sign him, and let him know.
Mm-hmm.
And just to let him know, don't let him be blindsided. That's a mature thing, And again, this is only for a 1 year thing.
Mm-hmm.
So after this year, he goes back to his second year. So this helps him develop, he can focus on just getting better and just focus on himself for next year to make Carter better for hopefully the future.
Yeah, you're right. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about this situation with the Jets and that Panthers to kind of recap it with you. What do you think was like the most impressive thing you saw on offense? I mean, were you impressed by Zach Wilson? Were you impressed by Michael Carter? Did you like what you saw from Mekhi Becton? Give me your thoughts on that performance from the offense against the Panthers.
Well, to be honest, I was more happy with Kidman, center. It seems like he's going up. And again, today we heard that he got number one. He got snaps for the first team.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully now he stays at that place, and hopefully he becomes the center that we all wanted to see,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully he becomes the center that can move us forward.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for him as well. I thought he did some good things, but what are your thoughts about Zach Wilson and the confidence that we saw him play with? He was getting the ball out of his hands so quickly. How'd you feel about what he was able to do against the Panthers?
I believe he did very well. He was able to move the ball a bit down the field. He was able to get a touchdown. I was excited for him for that.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see him just keep improving and just focus on just improving himself and just focus on that. So.
Yeah. So my final question before I let you go, Jason, listen, the New York Jets training camp practice today, the offensive line had a tough day. Aaron Rodgers had a tough day as well. The offense as a whole had a tough day. But again, we continue to hear about Mekhi Becton and the work he's doing out there at tackle and that he's looking phenomenal, man. Give me your thoughts about this offensive line, and is this a concern as the offseason continues to play out for you?
Well, to be honest, it's not concerned yet because we keep switching players. We don't. It's hard for us to have. It's hard to be good when you keep switching players in and out of the roles. I think so. What he needs to do, he needs to say, you know what, just put the best 5 out there for right now.
Mm-hmm.
And when we gain, like if Brown comes in for left tackle when he's ready to come in and start, then we plug him in.
Mm-hmm.
But these people need to. This line needs to just stay in one. Just needs to stay. And just go from there and build on it.
Yeah.
Once we do that, I think this offensive line will get better. Just we need to stop switching people out.
No, yeah, you're talking fact. I mean, we'll see what happens continuing to go forward. Again, Dwayne Brown is not off the pup yet. I know a lot of people are talking about the line and things switching up. Dwayne Brown's not off the pup. I know that there's talk that he'll be ready for week 1, but he ain't back yet. We'll see what happens going forward. But if Becton's out there right now at left tackle, right, we're going to see what happens going forward. But right tackle is a big question. Max Mitchell's been up and down. Then you got Billy Turner who's been up and down too. There could be more movement coming ahead. Again, we got to see what happens. What's going on with ATV as well. He's dealing with that ankle injury. We'll see when he gets back. So a lot of things moving and shaking. But Tippmann going from third team to first team going to be very interesting because that was a kid that a lot of people, including myself, had pegged to grab that starting center position. So before I let you go, Jason, quickly, we got an upcoming game against Tampa Bay, man. What are you going to be looking at? What are some of the players or player that you're going to be keeping your eyes on?
I'd just be focusing on this D line, how it's going to be decimated. We just saw it in Panthers, how they just almost killed their QB.
Mm-hmm.
But just to be able to look at our O line and see how they do against this new team defensive line, and hopefully they could do better.
Yeah, I hope they do. Listen, they were phenomenal against the Panthers. Listen, Jason, I got to slide off. I got other callers. Next time I have a show, I want you to call in, all right? I love talking to you, man.
Will do, man. Jet up. Let's go.
Absolutely. Let's get it. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Again, if you're watching me, no matter where you're watching me, Plum, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Also, hit that notification bell so that when I post content, you'll be in the know. Also, give the stream a thumbs up and share it across social media with your friends and your family. Next caller we're going to is my guy from 973. We're coming directly to 973. Phenom, Val, other callers as well. Hold on. We'll get to you in a second. 973, we're coming directly to you. Salutes to you, my friend. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, Dalvin Cook is now a New York Jet. Give me your thoughts about the Jets signing him. How are you feeling about it?
Good move right there. I mean, we can use that.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we're missing. I'm not too sold still yet on, of course, Wilson. I mean, he worries me a bit.
Are you talking about Zach Wilson?
From last season. Yes.
Okay.
Well, still worried about him.
Yeah, of course.
Cook,
I think what we're seeing from Zach Wilson so far, right? And again, Dalvin Cook being brought into the building, I think is phenomenal. But Zach Wilson, what we're seeing out of him so far, and again, this is just preseason, he's looking like a guy that's working on taking that next step. What we saw from Zach in the last game, quickly getting the ball out of his hands, making quick decisions, he's gaining that confidence. He's a guy that's working himself back into the situation. So, of course, we all know that as long as Aaron Rodgers is here, Zach Wilson will be in the back seat. But at some point, right, when Aaron Rodgers is gone, I think the Jets are going to give him a chance to get back into that driver's seat and see what he brings to the table. And even Aaron Rodgers himself has talked about how, hey, I'm here to help this young kid along. So I think that's what it's about. But continue to go along. Give me your thoughts about Zach Wilson.
Yeah. I mean, Zach, he's kind of injury prone. And, if it wasn't for that, maybe he would have had, a better year last year. When he got injured, that our hopes came crashing down. If you're going to have somebody back him up, you have to go with Mike White. Because chances I think he is going to get hurt again.
Well, listen, last offseason when he did get hurt in the preseason, but Mike White is gone. He's now a Miami Dolphin. But they did bring in Tim Boyle, a guy that's extremely knowledgeable about the situation, work with Aaron Rodgers, the Packers, and also work with Nathaniel Hackett. So, going forward. But to me, in my personal opinion, the way that Zach Wilson has looked so far, I think that he's actually going to end up being the number 2 quarterback, right? I think he's going to be the number 2 quarterback. Of course, Aaron Rodgers, we know, is undoubtedly the starter. But I think that Zach's going to be the backup. So my next question for you, my friend, because you're talking that talk, give me your thoughts about this Jets defense and the way that they looked against the Panthers. I mean, were you shocked by the dominance from Jermaine Johnson, Huff, and Will McDonald?
Yeah, I kind of was. I didn't expect it. I mean, I thought maybe we would get a win and do better than we did in our first game, which we should have won.
Mm-hmm.
But that Jet defense, really stepped up because that's what we've been lacking, all this time.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, if they can keep up with that, yeah, they can be very competitive in this. Because I was not happy with the defense last year whatsoever.
Yeah,
that was our weakest spot. Yeah.
You think the defense was the weakness of the New York Jets last season?
I thought it was.
Really?
Again, that's been a problem for several years now.
What are you? What?
That's been a problem for several years.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The New York Jets defense was the New York Jets defense was ranked 4th overall last season. The defense literally carried the team all season. The offense is what stunk. The offense had big-time issues. They couldn't score. They couldn't finish in the red zone. There was nothing that they could do there. But the defense is what carried us. You watch any of those games, believe me, it was the defense that was handling business. But, hey, that's your take, and I respect it. So before I let you go, all right, my final question, you got Tampa Bay coming up. We all know that. What is a player that you're going to be keeping your eyes on in this upcoming preseason game that you really want to see have a solid performance?
Well, you can't really tell by preseason, but I'm so anxious to see what our new players are going to do. I do expect to win here. The Tampa's not the same thing since CP12, of course. So I'm thinking it's going to be a very hard-fought game. I think we're still going to get a win here. And like I said, the defense holds up. It's going to be an interesting game and a very interesting season at that.
Okay, listen, I want to thank you for calling in. It was phenomenal to speak with you. We're going to continue to get to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. I mean, he said, the Jets defense sucks. I don't know, man.
You're smoking crack. Stop.
I don't know. I'm just saying they were 4th overall ranked defense last season. They literally carried this football team. They carried it. Our time of possession was so awful offensively last year. It was terrible. It was terrible. Anybody remember that game against the Vikings? 6 red zone trips. I think they only scored once. Once in the red zone. And the defense just kept us in the game. The defense was so great last year, okay? The Jets had a chance with 6 games left in the season, even though our offense could not finish and we couldn't handle business. I think we were near the bottom of the league in scoring, near the bottom of the league in finishing in the red zone. We had 6 games left. Win one of them, you're in the playoffs. My God, we went 6 games, lost all of them. We lost all of them. And in 3 of them, we couldn't even score a touchdown. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I'm going to flush it. All right? I got to flush that. We got to step it up. And that's why getting Aaron Rodgers in this building is so extremely important. Right? Because with A-Rod in here, we're going to be up in a lot of these games. I personally believe it happens. We're going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in next. We're going to go to Phenom, okay? Phenom, we're coming directly to you. Chris, Val, 631 will come to y'all. My new callers, be patient. Trust we will get to you, okay? We're going to go to Phenom. All right, but before we let Phenom get going, okay, just know, Phenom, savage. Savage. Phenom salutes. I'm going back and forth with a lot of people, a lot of things moving and shaking, people calling in saying the defense stunk last year. I'm listening to Michael.
Can you believe that? Hey, Joe.
What?
How's the summer? How's the summer?
It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful where I'm at.
Man, come on, man. This is like Christmas in August. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I've been doing my due diligence. I've been out to training camp. Wonderful experience. Defensive line looked good.
Yeah.
Offensive line was a work in progress, as we all know.
Mhm.
But this season, we have to trust our eyes.
Mhm.
We really do. Like, we've got a lot of information, and we saw Dalvin Cook at Jet practices a lot, and that was a sign that he may be coming. And then we were getting a lot of smoke screens and all that stuff. But look, yesterday was again Christmas. We got Dalvin Cook, so that's just one point. Our running back room is going to be ridiculous. We should the biggest two pieces of this team to me, what I've been looking at all preseason and what I watch all season, is the offensive line and defensive line.
Yeah.
This game is a simple game. If you can control the offensive and defensive line, you're going to win a lot of football games.
Mhm. Yeah.
The defensive line looks like fire. Come on.
Yeah.
They were dominant last year, and this guy Will McDonald, I mean, come on. He has Rookie of the Year signed on his forehead. He should make a chain like Sauce saying, Defensive Rookie of the Year already. But that's putting the cart before the horse. That's putting the cart before the horse. But this is a team in progress, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gotten better. If you've been watching, if you look at the Hall of Fame game and then watch last week, it's like a total difference. The offensive line is gelling.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that it continues to gel. So when we have to face Buffalo game 1, we're on it, because we better be on it, because if not, Von Miller and those boys are going to be having a powwow in our backfield.
Absolutely.
So I'm having good feelings about the offensive line, and the defensive line should be able to take care of business.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
This team,
Hold on a second,
it's a-
Phenom. Hold on a
it's
second.
a-
Hold on a second, because I want to touch on this situation. You talked about the offensive line, and I love your passion and your fire that you're bringing. Listen, like you said, the offensive line, there's a lot of moving parts to it, right? We've seen a lot of talk. We've seen Billy Turner and Max Mitchell exchanging between left tackle, right tackle. Mekhi Becton has been moved around as well. Second team today, he got some work with Aaron Rodgers as the starting left tackle for a little bit, because Max Mitchell went down for a little bit with that back injury. There's a lot of talk about Dwayne Brown coming back. When you look at all these moving parts, I mean, doesn't that concern you a little bit, right? Especially when you look at a guy like Mekhi Becton, who I think should be working with the first team, and for some reason he's been working with the second team quite a bit. I mean, where do you think that he plays into factoring about making this offensive line better? Do you think that Mekhi Becton could be the answer for the New York Jets at left tackle?
Of course. But Joe, this is August 15th.
Yeah.
Right? This is August 15th. Everything will be revealed in time to us. We know our offensive line was in shambles last year. Guys were missing. Guys are not. There's some bumps and bruises, but nobody is out yet. Everybody is available. Hopefully pretty soon. Dwayne Brown will be back. So let's chill and relax on that, because we'll know the answer to that game 1 going in. We'll understand what our offensive line looks like. This is a puzzle being put together. The puzzle ain't complete yet. We haven't seen this yet. And if you're a Jet fan, you have to be feeling very confident about what our team looks like. In the division, in the conference, and in just the totality of the NFL. The Jets have been the talk of the football world all off season, and we will continue to be as long as we win.
Yeah.
I hate to use the Raiders phrase, but it's just win and just keep on growing. The Jets schedule is a monster. We understand our first 5 games are tough. It's going to show something about this team. So I'm just sitting back and enjoying this ride. Is there going to be some turbulence? Of course.
Yeah.
This team has to hit some adversity. How it responds to adversity will be a sign of how good this team, or hopefully how good this team will be. Let's keep it on the positive side.
Yeah.
So I've been a Jet fan. This is as good as it gets.
No,
really.
Listen. I hear you.
Defense and special teams.
Listen.
Anybody call and tell me what? There were some better teams, maybe better teams, but totality.
Listen. There's going to be a lot of things.
98?
there's going to be a lot of things proven, and I understand a lot of people are saying, hey, everything's good with the offensive line. I'm going to continue to be consistent with this. I'm a little concerned due to the fact, again, everybody's talking about Dwayne Brown and all these things coming off the PUP. He's not back yet. And I think another thing, we're talking about the offensive line gelling. You have to have continuity across the front of that line. And we are in a brand new scheme, Nathaniel Hackett, right? They have to gel. They have to know what's happening. Even Aaron Rodgers himself has been frustrated with the offensive line. And this is a guy that if you do not protect, it's going to be some problems, okay? We've seen the calf injuries,
Absolutely.
2 of them. The pinky toe gets stepped on. There's been some scares. So I'm a little concerned about it. But, again, there's some time to work things out. I'm a little worried. But as we continue forward, my final question for you, Phenom, because you brought the heat. We got this upcoming game against Tampa Bay. Give me a player that you're keeping your eyes on that you want to see. Hey, is he going to step up? Is he going to show up and show out?
Well, my guy in this training camp has been Will McDonald. I'm going to continue to watch him. But also, Israel Abanikanda has shown me some stuff.
Yeah.
Rucker has shown me some things. I'm going to be looking at those guys. And looking forward to seeing them do their thing. So I'm excited, Joe.
Yeah.
There's every reason to be excited, you know. I'm looking forward to the season, man. Big time.
Listen,
Big time.
Phenom, I am as well. I got to let you go. I got to slide off. I got other callers. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. All right, my friend? All right. You have a good one.
Absolutely.
Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Again, when you call in, please be patient. We will get to everybody, okay? Next, we're going to go to my guy, Chris. Chris, we're coming directly to you. Val, Rusty, hold on a second. We'll come to y'all in a second. New callers, be patient, okay? Listen, for those of you that do not know, Chris, he's a savage. Savage!
Morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Listen, Chris, salutes and respect, all right? Look, Dalvin Cook is officially a New York Jet, okay? 1 year, $8.6 million. How are you feeling about this?
Yep.
I've had conversations with Jets fans
feeling
that have not been excited. They don't like the money. Give me your thoughts on this, man. I'm over the moon about it.
Aaron Rodgers took $30 million for a reason, and he's not the only player that we're going to bring in. We're probably going to bring in maybe some offensive line or receiver help. But this is the thing: you can play Breece Hall and you can play Dalvin Cook at the same time. Dalvin Cook is a great receiver, can line up the slot. You can confuse and juke and junk, and you know what I'm saying. You could do it with Michael Carter. You can do a lot. And here's the thing, Jet fans, you gotta understand this, okay? Please understand this. One ACL for running back is good. Two ACLs for the running back, you got some problems. And you don't want to be one of those running backs that say he's injury prone, because that affects the rest of your career. So you have to be careful when you bring in people out because it tends to his career, man. You got to look at the long term of Breece Hall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you get 2 ACLs in your first 2 years,
and that
you try to get another contract.
Yeah, no, and you know what? You bring up a great point, Chris, as far as protecting Breece Hall, because we know that he's coming back from that ACL injury. And now with Dalvin Cook in the building, if you were on the Jets, coaching staff, Breece Hall recently came out today and talked about how, hey, he feel like he's going to be ready for week 1. Would this be a situation where you have Cook in the building and you look at it and you go, okay, I got Cook, I got Carter, I got Adam Abanikanda, I know I got Knight if he's, if they carry that many backs. Let me go ahead and sit Breece Hall down, right, for a couple weeks, make sure everything's smooth and good to go, and just ride with those other guys outside of playing Breece. Would that be something that you would do? And if so, how long would you hold him out?
I mean, you can hold him out for the first two weeks or the first 4 games. Look at Saquon, right? When he tried to re-go with his contract, and he got the ACL and he got hurt, it was like, yo, you're injury prone. But it affects his long term career. And as a running back, you got to protect yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's facts.
You get ACLs.
That's
look
facts.
at Jonathan Taylor. Look at all these guys who are trying to get extra money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're trying to get money and what you're trying to do, set yourself up long term. Forget the football. Forget the Jets. Forget. This guy is playing football and this is his livelihood. He gets another injury, man. You know, he's going to have a tough time.
Yeah.
So I mean, the best thing is to be precautious when you putting these guys on the field, man. Take, you know, ACLs. Everybody in AD, man.
Bruh, people don't want to hear that.
Everybody's not that guy.
People do not want to hear that.
You know, I mean, like I said, no, everybody's not AP. Is Michael Carter good? Yes. Is he good enough to go on the road? He's good. Candace good.
Mm-hmm.
And is it, yes, so we have a decent, but now we have a star running back. And the good thing about Dalvin Cook is you can line him up in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
He can rotate out to the slot. If you don't believe me, Jet fans, look at the YouTube highlight.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a fact.
Look at him dusting cornerbacks and linebackers in the slot. Look at it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, listen, you're talking facts, and it opens up so many different things as well. You can come out in some double back stuff with him and Michael Carter in the back. You can do a lot of different things, and again, it just makes the Jets running back rotation even more deadly. We know that this is a system that runs on a myriad of running backs. We know that. Look at what they're doing with the Niners. Look at what they're doing with the Niners. The Niners have a myriad of guys, okay? And we know that this is kind of a West Coasty kind of, Kyle Shanahan-y kind of offense. That's what he does here. That's what we do. So they're running with a whole bunch of different guys, and they just throw a bunch of guys at you that produce and get yards, and they're always near the top of the league in rushing every single year doing that. So I love what that brings here. I love what he brings to the system as well. And I know that there's a lot of people that tried to talk to me about Dalvin Cook. Oh, we overpaid. And I don't want to hear none of that stuff. I don't. What it does for the Jets running back situation is solid. And again, even without him, I love the idea of Michael Carter being the guy to get the football. And I think he's still going to get it. And that's where I want to go with you next. Also as well, Chris, there was a lot of people talking about how, well, the bringing in Dalvin Cook could really set a rift between, the running back room here and the Jets and all this stuff. And we heard Breece Hall and Michael Carter come out with very mature, positive responses to the acquisition of Dalvin Cook. Give me your thoughts on the level of maturity that we're seeing out of these two young running backs with Hall and Carter, and just how they embraced Cook within the Jets facility now.
Look. It's all hands on deck. Everybody understands this is a year for a championship.
Yeah.
If you take $30 million less, right, that's sending a message to the whole team. Hey, it's not about me. It's about the team. It's about winning.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has to understand that they're going to get their time to shine. 30% of this is a fact. A lot of your team, maybe 15, 20% of your team goes down to injury. You're going to get your chance to step up. Everybody's saying, "Oh, these guys, we got too much of a backlog." Well, let's talk about that in week 9, week 10, week 13.
Yeah.
If these guys are going to be beat down and you're going to need somebody else to step up, this is a long season, 17 weeks of grueling football.
Yeah.
So, you're going to need a fresh body in week 14, 15, maybe to make that playoff push.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Michael Carter is rested and something can carry us over. So it's a team. Football is the ultimate team sport. The more players you got, the better chance you got of winning.
Mm-hmm.
And they understand that.
Yeah. No, listen, you're talking facts now, Chris. I want to talk to you a little bit about this Panthers game that just recently happened. Give me your thoughts on what you saw out there from the offense. I was very impressed by Zach Wilson.
Right.
Did you feel the same?
Yes, I was impressed by him. What I told you before, I think Zach's going to be a good quarterback and a starting quarterback in this league.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing when I'll go to you. You're in Long Beach. I'm out here in the East Coast. I'm a Knicks fan.
Mm-hmm.
When you bring in the offense, when Phil Jackson tried to bring in the triangle offense, it didn't work. That offense was not suited for Jack Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
This offense is it. And the reason why it's so good for Aaron Rodgers because him and Daniel Thackett designed it. They designed the system, and the more Zach Wilson, that's why he's comfortable in the system. You see him, I see him almost come like, wow, Zach's not running around throwing the ball. He knows what to do. Because he's comfortable in the system, and it highlights his attributes and hides his weaknesses. Do you think we can put Lamar Jackson in some system? No, he wouldn't do it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the system has to fit the quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay. why Trevor Lawrence is doing good, because that system fits him.
Yeah. No, yeah. Listen, I'm telling you what. I think Nathaniel Hackett being brought in, and again, Aaron Rodgers, Tim Boyle, I think that is doing a world of difference for Zach Wilson. For whatever reason, Mike LaFleur just couldn't reach him. But again, the work that Nathaniel Hackett, a lot of people don't talk about this, and I always talk about it. The work that Nathaniel Hackett was able to do in Jacksonville with Blake Bortles, who is trash, right? That should show you that this guy can highlight what quarterbacks do well, their strengths, take that and maximize it within his system. And whatever they don't do well, their deficiencies, he can hide those as well, because that was one of the best years that Blake Bortles had in the league, was when Nathaniel Hackett was there. And I also, again, think that Aaron Rodgers, being literally the childhood hero of Zach Wilson, really did some work as well to really help this guy come along. And he's talked about how that's helped him along as well. All the work that Aaron does with him, you know, just all the questions and filling him out within the offense and figuring things out, I think has done a world of good for him. And again, you know, Zach is in a great spot, a wonderful spot to, you know, really resurrect his career here with the New York Jets. And I know a lot of Jets fans want to throw it away. I didn't want to be like that. But my next question for you, man, this Jets defensive front was phenomenal. I'm talking about phenomenal. Give me your thoughts on this quickly, man, about how just monstrous it was.
We have the best defense in the NFL. We have the best defense in the NFL. Do you want to hear that from me? We have the best defense in the NFL.
Hold on. Chris talking that talk, man. Chris talking that talk. Continue on, man. Continue on.
End of story. End of story. And I'm really excited. You look at this team. You look at the pass rushers. We got young. We got guys in the middle. We have the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you wanted to talk about why the Jets offensive line is struggling to practice, and you want to talk about all these guys, we have the best defense in the NFL. Okay, so everybody said, well, what about Sauce is all pro? DJ Reed's all pro. Jermaine Johnson is about to merge. Quentin Williams, the best defensive player in the thing. We got a healthy. Come on.
Yeah.
We are going. We got Bryce Huff. We got a excited rookie. We got pass rushers coming in. Like, we got we got players now. We got a run stuffer. We got guys that can drum up the middle. On third down, man, you better hold your horses. and that reminds me with, you know what I mean? You better hold on, man. On third down, when they're coming for you, you better hold on, man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even I say the one thing Rex was missing is that pass rusher. Rex was missing that guy. We have those guys now. Jermaine Johnson is about to emerge, man. Did you see? They shut out a team.
Yeah.
They shut out a team. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm not worried about the Jets offensive line having struggles in practice, man, because the defense is that good. We got C.J. Mosley.
Okay.
So it's not fan talk.
Yeah.
This is not this rah-rah Jets talk. This is absolutely. We were the fourth best defensive last year.
That's
Did
a fact.
we get better? Yeah.
Yeah.
We got better.
Yeah, we did. We did. You know, and again, I know people hated I remember Jets fans. I was live. They hated the pick of Will McDonald, many of them, and I wasn't a guy that had him pegged to come here. I wasn't a guy.
I told you that when drafted.
Yeah.
I called you to lunch. I called you that night, and I said the Jets were not taking the offensive. You said they have to take an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
I said no.
Well,
I said they were gonna take my guy. They were gonna take B. John Robinson.
Chris.
You know what I'm saying? That's what the rumor was.
I
told you they were gonna take B. John Robinson.
If Broderick Jones was there, they would have drafted Broderick Jones. Come on, Chris. Chris.
Listen.
Keep it real. Keep it real, Chris.
Listen.
Go ahead.
I understand what you're saying, but Broderick Jones, listen, this offensive line wouldn't be just as good with Broderick Jones. Broderick Jones is a project, man. I mean, like I said,
Chris.
okay, so let me give you an example. Okay, real
quickly,
quick.
Give me your example.
Ike Ekwonu last week got dusted, right? He played in that game, right?
Okay.
He got dusted.
Okay.
And Ike Ekwonu was way better than Broderick. Wait a minute. He played in that game. And Ike Ekwonu got dusted last week by the Jets defense. You know, backups.
Okay.
So I mean, Ike Ekwonu was a top 6 pick, and he
Okay.
played.
Okay, that doesn't
So I'm just
mean
saying,
anything.
Like,
what does that have to do with Broderick Jones and where he could be in the league?
But I'm just saying, this year, maybe 2 years down the line, but Ike Ekwonu was a top 6 pick, and our defenses ran him over last week.
Okay.
So that's all I gotta say. You know.
Well, I mean, look.
Real quick for the Jets.
Yeah, we'll disagree. We'll agree to disagree there because that has nothing to do with whether Broderick Jones would be good or not.
Offensive line's gonna be fine. That's
Okay.
it. That's
okay.
it.
If that's how you
So
feel.
thank you, Joe, for everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, the offensive line's gonna be quick.
All right. Thank you again for calling in, Chris. Next time I have a show,
brother.
I want to hear from you.
All right, brother.
All right.
All right.
I don't know what the hell Chris was talking about when he ended that. I don't know. Everything was going well, and then it just, I don't know, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I don't know. And I love talking to Chris. I don't know what he was saying. I don't. Just because a guy was picked before another guy that he's expected to be better. Lamar Jackson was picked at the bottom of the first round. Sam Darnold was picked at the top of the first round, and Lamar Jackson's better than Sam Darnold to this point. And I love Sam Darnold, but he didn't work out here. He went to the Panthers. He's not with the Panthers anymore. Went to now he's with San Francisco, and San Francisco's loved him forever. You know, maybe he turns it around. I don't know. But that boy Lamar Jackson is on fire. He's on fire. All right. I don't know. I don't know what the hell went on. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking live callers. Okay, next. We're going to my guy, Val. Rusty will come to you next. Please be ready because I cannot wait to talk to Rusty. New callers as well. Be patient. We will get to you, all right? Val salutes. I want to thank you for calling in before we even let Val get going, man, because we already know the type of fire he brings. Val, he's a savage. Savage. Val salutes, man. Dalvin Cook is officially a New York Jet signed with us, man. How are you feeling about it?
Man. Woo! Man, listen, Jets fans. We deserve this. Forget about the money. Forget about the cap. Yes, I understand certain people, you know, they're not happy about the cap. But listen, we are trying to go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We are not trying to, you know, hope this person is going to show up. We for sure have some ball players.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the offensive line is a question mark and stuff like that. And we might touch on this and stuff, but listen, we've been through the Adam Gase era. We've been through the Todd Bowles era. I mean, it wasn't too bad, but it was bad at the same time. But we got a lot of blowouts. We've been through a lot,
Yeah.
Jets fans. We finally turned the New York Jets into a free agent of destination for free agents to come.
Mm-hmm.
We finally made it. We made it to this point.
Yeah.
We are actually trying to win and try to get to the Super Bowl. We're not messing around. We're not. We're gonna wait for this quarterback to get it straight for 4 years, and then we're gonna go to another quarterback in the draft. No, we are actually trying to make a move, and we're actually doing it correctly. We have a foundation. We have young talent mixed with good veterans, and we just picked up the best free agent in the free agency market, man. This is amazing. Just like one of the callers said, this is like Christmas in August because I'm loving it. I looked at my phone. It was around 6 o'clock. It was around 6, around close to 7 o'clock Eastern time. I looked at my phone. I was like, wow, we really are going to make this move, man. We're really going to try to push to the Super Bowl. I just felt relief because, man, I watched so much bad football. You heard, if you could just go back to all the new callers, go back to the after games, the therapy sessions that we had.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot. We deserve it. And if you want to take one in particular, look at the New England Patriots game.
Oh, man.
And best believe you're going to hear a lot.
Yeah.
You're going to hear a lot of frustration, anger, and now you hear our voices clouds, like how we got Robert Saleh.
Mm-hmm.
The clouds are starting to come. The clouds are starting to clear up, but now, oh man, it's just a bright open sky like it's the summertime, man. I'm loving it, man. I'm enjoying it, and listen, we gotta enjoy this, man.
No,
gotta enjoy this.
Listen, you're talking facts right now. We went through a lot, and everybody knows. I was live through all those times. Woo! There was some shows where it was rough. Okay, a lot of anger.
Oh,
but
man.
now it's different times, and it's so exciting to watch this team turn things around. It's crazy because NY Jets FL, salutes and respect to him, says we're the people who wanted JD fired. I remember that time that people wanted Joe Douglas gone and out of here because of the work that he was doing to turn the team around. And now look at how we're set up, and it's amazing to watch where we have a Hall of Fame quarterback and Aaron Rodgers come into the building and give back $35 million to continue to go forward and help the New York Jets, continue to build around him. And now we're attracting free agents. We've been doing that since Joe Douglas got here, but now we're getting guys like Dalvin Cook in the building as well. I mean, this is phenomenal to talk about. But as we talk about Dalvin Cook and us acquiring him, Val, I want to get your thoughts on this. If you were the Jets on the Jets staff, let's say if you were Robert Saleh, you got Dalvin Cook in the building now. You got Carter, you got Knight, you got, Izzy as well on the roster. Does this change how you would handle Breece Hall? Would you sit Breece Hall down for a couple of weeks going into this season just to assure that his knee is ready and that he's ready to carry the load for the New York Jets? Would Dalvin Cook be acquired change what you're doing with Breece Hall? Give me your thoughts on that if you were part of the staff. How would you handle it?
Bingo, you just said it. Bringing Dalvin Cook just made us not rush Breece Hall and make him carry the load. We have a 1-2 punch. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, Mike Carter, he's actually playing really good. He's looking a lot more healthier. He's looking more like his rookie season, to be honest with you, because he did really good in that game, even though, it wasn't the starters of the defense and stuff. But, hey, you showed up and you showed out, and he definitely did good. But now we don't have to rush Breece Hall back. He could take a couple of weeks back. We could ease him back into the game. We don't have to make him carry the load. And also, I will also say, man, now we have the 1-2 punch with Dalvin Cook and Michael Carter, and I'm gonna just put it just like that, man. We definitely did a good job with that.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's gonna be phenomenal. I thought Michael Carter.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, and you were talking about the roster situation. Bam looked like he might be out. It sucks that it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes sacrifices got to happen
Okay.
for the better, and I think he might be out. He didn't have too much of a hot game against the Panthers, but listen, it was only 2 games in. I can't really judge him off of that, but I could judge him off of the games that he had previous last year. He was really doing a good job.
Yeah.
So wherever he goes, or if he does stick around in the practice squad or anything, which I understand if he won't, because he's very good and he has a lot of talent and he's not trying to waste his years. But, hey, much respect to him. But, listen, this is all about depth.
Yeah.
And our depth is looking very deep, and that's what I love.
Yeah.
Our depth is looking very deep. But, yeah, I don't want to take too much time because I want to get to everything.
Yeah, listen. You're speaking some facts right there, and it's going to be very interesting to see what the Jets do roster-wise. Again, with Breece Hall still being in that situation where what do they want to do with him and his knee? Is he a guy that they'll look to maybe sit down for the first 4, maybe 5 weeks of the season and just allow him to heal up fully and make sure that his body is truly ready to go? It's going to be interesting to see what the Jets do, and that's going to play into how many running backs they keep as well. So we might see Knight still on the roster going into the season. They might carry, Carter. They might carry all of them. They might carry Breece, Carter, Dalvin Cook, Knight, and Izzy going into the season. Maybe sit Breece down for a couple weeks. It's going to be very interesting to see how they handle that situation. Now, I want to talk to you about this Panthers game, man. You started to touch on it a bit. I was impressed by Zach Wilson, some of the things that he did on the offensive side of the ball. Give me some of the guys on the offensive side of the ball that you were excited about as well.
Man, listen, like I said, I'm a tough critic when it comes to if people are saying you're the franchise player
and you're the next upcoming person, I'm gonna judge you on everything. I'm gonna be very fair with it. And he actually did a good job. He did okay. He definitely did a decent job. No, I'm not the biggest Zach Wilson fan, but listen, I'm gonna give him his credit. He definitely did a good job. It was a little, rusty in the beginning, but then as stuff started flowing, his footwork looks a lot more better. I seen him doing the checkdowns, the passes, the checkdown passes. He got it down clean. He's not throwing over the head of tight ends. He's not throwing it over the head and stuff. He's actually throwing it accurately. He did get a little flashy with the touchdown pass. I was kind of shocked about that. I was like, wait, hold on. I understand you was practicing the no look, with the Aaron Rodgers situation. Don't get too carried away.
Whoa.
But, hey, did it. Don't get too carried. You're not Aaron Rodgers now, but hey, you're getting taught by somebody that's actually good.
Uh-huh.
But hey, he's doing a good job, and he did not turn over the ball, which is what we wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
And we did hear some ruffles that he did turn over the ball in practice and stuff. And we might see that on Hard Knocks that he did struggle in practice, but hey, in the game he looked very good. I can't complain about it.
Yeah.
And there's more steps. I want to see more.
Yeah.
Definitely want to see more. And anybody else in the offensive, I would also say he didn't pass it to the wide receivers too much, but I would say Michael Carter, he definitely showed up. He definitely showed out, like I said, spinning and getting to open cuts and stuff, and definitely doing a good job. And and that's about it.
Yeah. What about the defensive side of the ball, man? Were you impressed with how our pass rush was just able to maul them? Give me your thoughts on that quickly, man.
Oh, my God.
Whew, man.
I felt bad for Bryce Young a little bit, man. I definitely felt bad for him a little bit because, whoa.
Yeah.
Is Will McDonald a rookie or what?
Yeah.
Because this man was looking like I said, this man is looking like Dwight Freeman.
Yeah.
Because, man,
Dwight
this
Freeman,
man
yeah.
is with the spins, spinning off. Yeah, he's spinning off of players, spinning off the offensive line. You got Jermaine Johnson. He's pushing people back.
Yep.
Looking like he definitely had a good off season because he put on a lot of muscles. He's out there just pushing the big guys, man. I'm like, man, and he's manhandling. Gave Bryce Hall that a little tackle. Welcome to the league situation in the preseason.
Yep.
Man, it was just like, and I was shocked. I didn't know that was their offensive offensive line.
Yeah.
And they're starting.
That was their starters.
Line.
Yeah.
So I was really shocked about that.
Yeah.
Man,
No.
we was just busting. I feel bad for the Panthers.
Yeah. It was going crazy. They was going crazy. Now,
they definitely.
Now, Val, listen, man, there's a lot of things we got coming up, right? A lot of talk about, again, the Bucs coming up next. We got this game. Give me a player. Give me one player on the offensive side, one player on the defensive side. And my final question to you, give me one guy from each side of the ball that you're going to be keeping your eyes on. You want to see if he shows up and shows out.
I would love to say I'm going to go with Mekhi Becton. Even though I'm going to say Zach Wilson as well, too. Those are two players I definitely went against it. Defense, I want to see Jermaine Johnson again. I want to see him if he's a little bit more consistent with that type of play as well, too. Because we already know we're going to see Will McDonald. He already showed it 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
And, and that's about it, man.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay.
But I do have to address something real quick.
Go ahead, quickly, before I let you go. Go ahead.
Okay, for sure. And yes, man, I just want to say, even though last year the defense, it wasn't that good at all, even though, we recruited Aaron Rodgers and we recruited Allen Lazard and we recruited Rob Kalb and stuff, man, I'm just like, man, even though this defense wasn't that good, I think we have potential this year, man. It was kind of wild, man.
Val.
We even got the elite.
Val is such a troll, bruh. He is such a damn troll. Okay? Like, bro, come on. He's smoking crack. Man, get Val up out of here.
Even though
He's smoking crack. Stop.
He is such a troll, bruh. You are such a troll,
Even though
Val.
we was ranked 4th in the league, man. Even though we was ranked 4th in the league, man.
Troll.
Listen, we still have some issues, man. We had an All-Pro. We had a rookie that went to the first All-Pro and everything, man.
Yeah.
First team All-Pros. And then we had C.J. C.J. Mosley, top 100s. Oh man, this defense is we got to struggle with this defense, man.
Oh my goodness.
Looking a little,
Val,
Yeah, man, Joe.
Val, listen. I want to thank Val for calling in. Thank you, Val, the master troll. Thank you,
All
Val.
right,
I want to
have a
thank
good
you for
one,
calling
man.
in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you. All right.
For sure, man. Have a good one.
You have a good one. Listen, Val call in trolling, man. You know, I don't know what that guy earlier was saying that the Jets defense was terrible last year. I don't know. All right. I listen to everybody's perspective. I'll disagree with you. You know, the Jets were 4th overall last year. I don't know what the caller earlier was talking about. Then Val calls in trolling. Always a good time. I'm going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Salutes to all the savages in the chat. NY Jets FL says, Joe, you live streaming on 9/11. I'll let you guys know. Okay, that's in the works, but I got to make sure for those of you that are listening, we do live games. We do. I got to stop saying that. I know somebody's going to clip that. I have done, okay, live streaming, just interacting with everybody and live game reactions. We have a lot of fun doing that. But that's in the works. I'll let you guys know for sure, though, if I'm going to be able to watch the season opener with y'all. But hopefully I will, and we're going to have a blast. Again, Savages, keep putting your thoughts in the chat. Please, keep going back and forth with me. Salutes to everybody, okay? Dakota says, Michael, this year is a top 5 to 10 defense without a doubt. Listen, the Jets defense is going to be phenomenal this upcoming season. We have pass rush, okay? So we're going to get back to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers again. When you call in, please be patient. Next, we're going to go to 609. Rusty, we will come to you next. 609, we're coming directly to you. All right, 609, you're looking like a new caller. Give me your name, tell me where you're from, and give me your thoughts on the New York Jets signing Dalvin Cook. 609. Going once. Going twice. 609. All right. Next, we're going to go to Rusty. Rusty, we're coming directly to you, okay? Listen, for those of you that do not know, Rusty, he's a savage. Savage. Listen, Rusty, salutes.
Who's Joe and fellow savages?
Man, I want to thank you for calling in. Listen here, all right? A lot of things moving and shaking around here. Dalvin Cook, okay, is now a New York Jet. He is signed with us. How are you feeling about this situation, man?
Did John Wick say no to another weapon? Like, awesome, man. We were talking about, because that's the crazy thing.
Uh-huh.
In a way, we didn't need, quote unquote, but it's really good to have, because I honestly I don't want Brees playing until week 8, until after the bye.
Yeah.
That's he with his injury. They're saying he's coming back in 10 months. No way, man.
Yeah.
There's only one Adrian Peterson, and that's like 1 in 100 years type of thing.
I keep
he's
telling
like
people
Yager,
that.
like Peterson,
Yeah. No,
it
listen.
doesn't happen.
Rusty, you are talking facts, brother. Like, I keep telling people every time that I talk about how, hey, let's relax with, pushing Brees back. Again, he's talked about he feel like he's going to be ready week 1. I think that's wonderful. But there's only one AP, dog. There's only one. Like, let's make sure that he's good to go, because when Brees was fully healthy, he looked like a back that we could have for years, and he looked like a back that was ready to be the offensive, rookie of the year, and a guy that we were going to be able to literally hand the load to for years to come. Like, he was literally carrying the Jets offense. This is not a lie. I'm not making this up, right, bro? He was literally carrying the Jets offense.
Him and AVT.
Go ahead. Yeah, facts.
Facts. Him and AV, yeah.
Facts.
It was them too.
Mm-hmm. So young talent like that, you don't want to, and again, sometimes you have to save them from themselves, right? We know that as well. You don't want to, of course, they always want to run, but it's like you got to slow some of that stuff down and make sure that he's ready to go before you put him out there on that field to possibly either, cause some inflammation in the issue, make it worse, or, put him in a situation where he could actually end up re-injuring it and, put in a really worse situation than what it already is. So you were talking about seeing him down to like week 7 or week 8. Is that what you would actually do if you were part of the Jets coaching staff?
Absolutely. That's
Okay.
what I would want to do. That's what
Okay.
I hope they do.
Wow.
And
Very
it would make
cautious.
sense if we I mean, it would make sense to me. That's why we got Cook, because you don't want to mortgage 5 years, on 6 weeks type of deals or 7,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Rodgers gave us $35 million basically.
Mhm.
All right, cool. I'll $8 million of it, and that including bonuses and everything else, whatever they worked out in the contract.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sign me up. That's so we're still left over with a hefty chunk of change, and I think we're going to get an offensive lineman.
Okay.
I really do. I think we're going to get a reserve chamber. I'm glad that Martin got signed with Dallas, because I knew Jerry wasn't going to do that, man. No way.
Yeah. I talked about
no way.
Yeah. I talked about that as well.
Yeah,
I thought
Jerry doesn't want to.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, but Zach Martin, there was no way in my mind that I think he wasn't going to have a star on his helmet at the end of the day, especially with what he means to that line there in Dallas. I mean, he is phenomenal. He's talked about as a guy that could be a Hall of Famer. Like, of course, I watch the Cowboys. Bruh, that guy don't play no games. He get his hands on you, it's over. It's over, baby. All right? Now, as we continue to talk about the Jets, you talked a little bit about, the running back situation. I was very impressed with Michael Carter against the Panthers, what he was able to do. A lot of Jets fans, in the fandom at one point wanted us to trade him, but he's looked phenomenal. Give me your thoughts about what you think he's going to be able to bring and provide to the New York Jets offense as we continue forward.
I mean, he might be one of those things to where we're focusing on with him and Cook, and then when Brees comes back, he might be trade bait, man. I don't know. I
don't know about that.
I still don't know, because we still.
Go ahead.
But I'll have 5 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool with that, but I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out, because that's a lot.
Don't you
that's a lot of guys to have.
Yeah. Don't you think that we'll be looking at this situation? I personally believe that they may carry 4 and maybe sit Brees down for a couple of weeks. Maybe put him on a situation, maybe a pup situation or something like that. When the season starts, sitting down for a couple of weeks, and they may carry the 4 going in. But I honestly believe that the guy that probably is going to be gone when Brees is coming back and ready to go, if they don't carry 5, I think the guy that's probably going to be gone is Knight, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And it's because Izzy.
I thought you were going to say M too.
Yeah. I mean, well, you look at Izzy, they just drafted him, and he's showing some real promise.
Yep.
I think Carter is the guy really.
Dude, he really is.
Yeah. If Dalvin Cook hadn't been signed, I personally believe, and we've seen it, I think Carter would have been the guy that's the starter, and we've seen that he's good, right? We saw it against the Panthers. He was solid. I think he probably would have been the starter.
Until he gets butthurt.
Well, I mean,
he got mad with Robinson and
right,
everything
Rusty.
changed.
Listen, Rusty, he's talked about that, though. He's talked about how he's matured, and he was very emotional last season because he loves football. And yes, look, I understand that Jets fans were upset with him, especially when Elijah Moore was going out the door. He was unfollowing people and going crazy on social media. I saw it. Okay, I'm a Michael Carter fan. I know. But at the same time, he's a guy that's matured. And even when people were saying that he would have a problem with Dalvin Cook coming into the building, he kiboshed that today. He said, listen, this is a different time, different day. I'm mature. If I wasn't mature, I wouldn't be standing up here talking to y'all about it, but I'm ready to talk to y'all about it, be honest, and I'm excited going forward. Even Brees came out and talked about how, hey, he's another guy being added to this running back room. We're going to compete. We're going to push each other, and we're going to get better. I mean, give me your thoughts, Rusty.
Yeah, I don't think Brees is intimidated, though. Because, I don't know, Brees got power and speed. Nothing against, Carter. He doesn't have that power. Mm-hmm. Everything else he has. He just doesn't have that, Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not no discredit to him. He's just he's not Maurice Jones-Drew in that body. You know what I mean? Like, that guy was a bowling ball.
Listen, I watched Michael Carter yesterday. I watched Michael Carter against the Panthers, and even Michael Carter before, he was breaking tackles. Michael Carter was bouncing off of people.
No.
Listen, Carter
I
get the
hear you
ball
on that.
in space, it's a
just
wrap.
goal line.
Go ahead.
No, it's more of a, like the goal line and when they stack the line. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He never falls forward. It's always him getting peeled back. It seems like Izzy always leans forward, gets a yard or two. Same thing with Well, I just said Abracadabra. Same thing with Bam. Same thing with Brees. Same thing with Cook. I don't know. Well, that's my only not. But he, like Warren Dunn didn't fall forward all the time, but Warren Dunn is freaking amazing. Nothing against him.
I mean, look,
it just is what it is.
I tell you what, I'm telling you, Michael Carter, I think is gonna shake a lot of things up this upcoming season, and I'm telling y'all, in the passing game, Michael Carter is going to be a nightmare. Now, as we move on from that situation, because you brought some interesting perspective there. Give me your thoughts about what we saw or what you saw.
Our Super Bowl rings are greater than his feelings.
Give me your thoughts about what we saw from the Jets against the Panthers offensively. How impressed were you by Zach Wilson?
Oh, I was happy with Zach. I mean, I can see the progression, through it all. I'm happy he's starting to look like he did when he should have when he was coming out of BYU, if that makes sense. Like, oh my God, he could hit a screen. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like BYU was known for, their offensive linemen, not their wide receivers. All those dudes were tiny, and he was hitting them with darts all the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it definitely, I think it's in his head, and I'm just glad that, Hackett's in his head now with Rodgers, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, listen.
It's pretty cool.
That Aaron Rodgers is absolutely rubbing off on him, but I tell you what, offensively, I'm just excited that Zach was playing with so much confidence offensively. The confidence you could see was just exuding from him, and that's what I think is very important.
He wasn't thinking, he was playing.
Step. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't thinking, he was just playing, and I think that that's going to be big going forward.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, Rusty, what else was extremely impressive with the Jets' pass rush against the Panthers, man. My final question for you, give me your thoughts on what you saw out of that. I mean, Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, goodness gracious, Huff, they were just going crazy. Give me your thoughts about what you saw from that.
Dude, Saleh and the coaching staff are lucky to get out of Carolina without catching a charge. That was, like, if he played Clemens, they definitely would have. Like, damn, man, it was good. Did they even pass the 50? Like, if they did, I don't think they passed like 2 hour 40.
Man,
it was. And they were rough. Like, we were hearing that we were getting manhandled in the training camp or whatever, the practice thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, let the bodies hit the floor. It's like, hey, what's up, man? Remember us? It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Needed that. We actually set like an NFL record by accident. It's weird. It's the biggest preseason shutout in NFL history. I don't even know they kept those kind of records, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. So before I let you go, Rusty, give me a guy on offense and on defense you'll be keeping your eyes on against the upcoming game against the Bucs.
Well, I gotta keep looking at my guy Trey Dean the third.
Okay.
At safety. I'm happy we scooped him. He's killing it. He's being that silent guy that's sticking around and just doing him. He's on the field making tackles. You don't hear his name because, knock on wood, it's in a good way.
Yeah.
And as far as the I'd like to, I'm liking our Tippmann train. I hate McGovern, man.
Oh.
So, like, come on, Tip. Get in there.
Listen. Okay. I like that. I like
More
that.
than merrier. And, of course, Becton.
Yeah, of course.
Becton,
Becton, of course, yeah. But I'll tell you what, Tipton's taking those first-team snaps, so I like those guys. Listen, Rusty, I got to slide off. I got other callers. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right? You always give us some good takes.
Hey, absolutely. It's an absolute pleasure, Joe. Salute to you. Salute to fellow savages. Let's go, Jets.
Absolutely, man. Rusty always with a good call. We'll continue with the lines in a second. 609, when I come back, I'll be coming to you. Okay, so please be prepared and ready. Listen, I got to go to the Savages, all right? I'm one man. I come to the chat when they're asking questions or when they're making statements, and I want to hear it, all right? Listen, Sean Bennett says, what offensive lineman would be available at this point that would be better than Mekhi Becton or Max Mitchell? That's a very interesting question, all right? There's some guys that a lot of people are talking about, but are they available? I remember we spoke about Zach Martin, excuse me. You know, there was a lot of discussion from different Jets fans. We had a discussion here on the channel where we were talking about Zach Martin, and everybody was trying to, hey, let's make a trade, let's make a move, let's make all this. And there was a lot of talk about him possibly being available, but we know he really wasn't, because the Cowboys quickly inked that deal and said, oh, we're not letting you go anywhere. There's a lot of guys' names swirling around out there, but, you know, we'll see what happens, man. But I don't know at this point who really is better than what we have. To me, there's no guys. It's the last guy that I really remember that was out there that we knew for a fact was going to be gone. Like, we knew for a fact the team was trying to move him and he was never going to play like that, was Trent Williams. That's the last guy I really remember where it was like he told that team in Washington, I will never play for you again, ever. He told them that, and he made it very public, and he stuck to his word. And now we see him with San Francisco, and he's amazing, okay? He was also a guy that I wanted to see the New York Jets trading for. I remember I talked about that multiple times. I talked about getting rid of Jamal Adams and trying to find some way to take the capital from an Adams trade and grab Trent Williams when, you know, there's a lot of people that were against that. But I tell you what, you know, the search for offensive linemen and how to make the New York Jets better is going to be very interesting. There's a lot of names, a lot of guys that are being brought in, but how much more do they really improve the Jets offensive line? That's a big question. GVH in the chat as well. Savage, good to see you. And as well, I want to thank Sean Bennett for the question. Salutes GVH. Savage as well. Thank you for the question. He says, Joe, you think the Jets are making a mistake just having Becton practice at left tackle? Still worried about right tackle because it can't be Brown or Max. It's a turnstile. Listen, at this point, right, Becton he's been moved, right? Moved around. We've seen him at right tackle. We've seen him, you know, be moved to left tackle as well recently, again, because of Max Mitchell and that back stuff. So we'll see what happens going forward with him. I mean, at this point, I think this is the first time that he's worked with the first team in Aaron Rodgers since camp has started. I think they need to put him at left tackle because a lot of the reports coming out, a lot of things we're seeing, that Becton has looked like the best tackle for the last 2 weeks. He's looked head and shoulders over everybody else. He's been better than Turner. He's been better than Mitchell, right? So we'll see what happens going forward, man. I'm hoping to see Mekhi be able to dig in and take that left tackle position. But again, with Dwayne Brown still being out, and this is the thing that really throws the wrench in my line of thinking. Aaron Rodgers came out recently and talked about how Dwayne Brown is a guy, they don't know what their starting five is going to be, but they know they're going to play Dwayne Brown. Dwayne Brown does not play anything but left tackle. Nothing. He just plays left tackle. That's it. He's never played right tackle in the league, not in the NFL, none of that stuff. So this guy's going to miss a lot of time. I mean, he's missed a lot of time already, right, as far as camp. Who knows when he's going to come back and get off the pup? Well, when he comes back, can you really stick him at right tackle? He'd have to learn right tackle, which Billy Turner has told us is tough because you really have to mentally focus on your technique and all that stuff because everything is different. So now he's playing right tackle for the first time ever in his career in the NFL. Then he's learning a new scheme as well, right? Nathaniel Hackett, there's not Mike LaFleur, that's gone. Now you're dealing with Nathaniel Hackett and what you're dealing with him within his scheme and all the, you know, the verbiage and all the things you have to know. And then you also have to learn how to gel with the offensive lineman next to you because that's what makes the offensive line such a group that, you know, really has to commit to each other. That's why they're so tight. You have to know what the man next to you is going to do. If you have an offensive line that is all over the place, and they're never going to be able to block correctly. They have to move as a unit. I'm telling you. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens going forward. But in my mind, Mekhi Becton should be the left tackle. Will that happen? We'll see. It's going to be interesting, especially, again, with us waiting for Dwayne Brown to come back. So, but again, Savages in the chat, keep throwing those questions. Salutes and respect. GVH, Sean Bennett, all of y'all. All right. We're going to continue to go forward. And salute to King Lowski. I see you in the building. He says Jets, Jets, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That's what I'm talking about over here. That's all we do. So we're going to get back to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is number. Call in next. We're going to 609. We're coming back to 609. Hopefully you're ready. New caller. Give me your name. Give me where you're from. And give me your thoughts on Dalvin Cook being a New York Jet.
Hey, Joe. This is Mike. I'm from Toms River, New Jersey.
Oh, salutes to you, Mike. It's good to hear from a Jersey guy. Always good to hear from you. Give me your thoughts, Mike. Oh, well, first off, thank you for calling into the program. It's good to hear from you. Give me your thoughts about Dalvin Cook being a New York Jet, man. How are you feeling?
First, I'm going to give you a shout out. I think that your channel is very good. I think that you made the right decision choice. I think you're going to be great either on radio or TV. I think you made the right choice. All right, so we'll go to Dalvin Cook.
Thank you so much.
Dalvin Cook with Breece Hall, the 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall in the same backfield, split out. I think it's going to be nasty. I like if the running game ain't working in the beginning, then the passing game will set up the run game.
Absolutely,
and vice versa.
Yeah. No, listen, you know Mike, you're bringing some heat straight off the bat. You're talking facts. Listen, when Breece is ready. When Breece is ready, and I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about that as well because I want to get your thoughts. When Breece is ready, the combinations that we can put out there from that running back situation is going to be nasty. Off the bat, you're gonna have Carter and Dalvin out there. That's deadly as well.
And
we know Michael Carter in space is unbelievable, but when Breece is fully ready, oh my goodness, defenses are gonna have issues. He can come out the backfield and catch the football as well. It's gonna be scary, man. Again, give me finish your thoughts on that.
Yeah. And they can't stack the box either, because then Aaron Rodgers will pick them apart if they stack the box.
Absolutely. Now I want to ask you this, right? We're talking about Breece, and of course we got Dalvin Cook in the building now. If you're the New York Jets coaching staff, now the fact that we have Dalvin Cook here. Does that change the way that you handle Breece? We've been talking about this tonight. We've had callers call in and say, listen, I'd want to sit Breece down until week 7, maybe 8, to make sure that the knee's ready to go, make sure that he's fully physically ready to go before we really require him to carry the load for the New York Jets. If you were on the Jets coaching staff, how would you handle Breece now that Dalvin Cook is in the building? Are you sitting him down multiple weeks? Are you giving him carries early in the season? What would you do?
I would put him on the pup list for a little bit, just because of what happened with Barkley. He wasn't the same when he came back from the ACL.
How long?
Paul is special. I think he's. I would give him like 6 weeks, and then just have him be ready for the playoffs and everything. Be in his prime, fresh legs.
Okay. No, go on. You were saying Breece Hall is special. You were talking about his ability. Go ahead and finish there. Finish your thoughts.
Well, he's great out of the backfield. He's tough to tackle. He's a home run hitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let him rest that knee as long as possible. Because we have him for 4 more years.
Yeah.
We have 4 years.
Yeah. We got him for a couple more years. Yeah. It's going to be phenomenal, and he was looking unbelievable. He was carrying the Jets' offense before it went down, and I understand.
He was going to be offensive player.
Absolutely, offensive rookie of the year for a fact. Yeah, even Garrett Wilson talked about who won the award himself. But absolutely, you're talking facts, Mike. Now, my next question for you, Mike: Panthers, Jets. That we just had that recent preseason game. How impressed were you by Zach Wilson?
I actually was impressed because he was calm and he was actually going through his reads. But he missed that one screen throw, the wide open screen throw.
Yeah.
That because he didn't have the footwork. His footwork was wrong. He actually went backwards.
Yep.
But Aaron Rodgers and Hackett are going to cure him of that. I think it's like the perfect storm for that. And then once Aaron Rodgers retires, I think Zach can step up. It's going to be like what Aaron Rodgers when he was behind Brett Favre.
Yeah. No, you're talking facts, man. You're talking facts, and we're seeing his confidence grow every single week as well, and that's what I think is extremely important because he looked shot confidence-wise last season. And if you ain't got confidence when you get out there on the field, boy, you're going to struggle. It doesn't matter what sport you play, honestly, whether it be you're on the field, on the court, in the ring, or whatever you do. If you're not confident when you get out there, boy, you're going to lose. You for sure going to lose, okay?
Especially in the NFL.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, give me your thoughts on the Jets' offensive line, man. There's a lot of people have concerns about it. Are you concerned about it?
A little bit, but I think I'm a little worried about Becton, you know.
Okay.
Because he's like about his knee, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let him see what he does with the ones, you know. Give him some more time.
Mm-hmm.
I think once Dwayne Brown comes back, give him the spot.
Okay.
Because I don't trust Becton. I really don't.
Okay.
And then if they want to move, if they want to move AVT out to tackle, okay, then move McGovern to guard and bring in Tepman as center.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talk about movement along the line. I know people are waiting for Dwayne Brown to come back, but there's going to be a lot of things that Dwayne Brown is going to have to catch up on, and when he's coming back is a big question too because he's still not activated off the pup.
But he's also already in the classes already. He's learned the language and the playbook and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he's a tough guy. Like he played last year through the whole shoulder injury.
Yeah, with that shoulder injury.
He gave up.
Yeah, but there's still questions about him as well.
I think
yeah, there's questions about him as well, health-wise too. You got to wonder, can he stay healthy? Because he missed quite a bit of time last season as well. You know, so there's questions about him too, Mike. But you know,
not really. He played it through that whole shoulder injury the whole season.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was on IR.
He could have quit.
Yeah, he was on IR for I think it was 4 weeks or something like that. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do going forward. Now, quickly, Mike, before I let you go, all right, my final question for you. You've been bringing the heat. Give me a guy on offense and defense you're going to be keeping your eyes on going into this game against the Bucs that you want to see if they're going to show up and show out.
Okay. I'll give you the guy on defense that I'm looking at is Zion Barnes, the linebacker.
Zaire Barnes, yep. Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to take over the number 3 spot in the linebacker spot over Sherwood.
Wow. Okay.
I really do.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay.
Offense, I like Izzy, and I want to see Rucker advance too. So I think he's going to be really good too.
Yeah. No, yeah. Listen, Mike, this has been a great call from you. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Oh, definitely. I'll definitely be calling back.
Absolutely. So you have yourself a good one, my friend. Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines. We are tight on time. I want to let everybody know that, okay? Blog Talk be hating on you, boy. So we got a couple minutes, but we're going to rock it through. I see Tommy, Tim will be coming to you as well. So we're going to come to Tommy again, 515-602-9639. Again, we're tight on time. We got a couple minutes left. Tommy, salutes. I want to thank you for calling in. For those of you that do not know, Tommy is a savage. Savage. Damn, Tommy.
What up, Joe?
Tommy, what up? Listen, Dalvin Cook is a New York Jet. How do you feel?
Well, I like it. I like the move, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like Ezekiel Elliott just came up on the TV going to the Pats, and with that in place, I think JD might have panicked a little bit and gave in to whatever the amount of money extra was for Dalvin Cook, because he didn't want Dalvin going to the Dolphins.
Yeah,
so
but why?
That's when I seen that come up.
Why would he panic? I mean, why would he panic because Ezekiel Elliott went to the Patriots? Ezekiel Elliott was talking about wanting to be a Jet. They didn't want him.
And the big time big time running backs were getting signed. The top name running backs were getting signed, and right after that, you heard about this. 15 minutes later, you heard about this move, and I was like, wow. I was relieved because Ezekiel Elliott's going to pass. So I'm like, oh man, we're gonna lose Cook. But that was my personal thought. I don't know if they were correct, but that's what it was. Well, and look, and getting Cook. I mean, it seems a lot like when Tampa Bay signed Pro Bowl running back Leonard Fournette after the Brady signing. After Brady came in, everybody came, and this is how you win a Super Bowl. So hey, following the formula.
Yeah. No, listen, I hear you. I don't know about again. Zeke is a guy. I think again we've seen him. He's definitely slowed down quite a bit. And again, according to reports, Dalvin Cook wanted to be a Jet pretty much from the jump. And I mean, even when they asked him about this football team, the first thing he started talking about, listen, Aaron Rodgers is amazing, So, but moves were made, and now Dalvin Cook's here.
Everybody wants the money.
Yeah. Listen, Dalvin Cook is here, and everybody's excited.
Teams and GMs against each other.
Yeah. No, you're talking that talk. Now, my final question for you, Tommy, give me your thoughts about this upcoming game against the Bucs. What is a guy you're keeping your eyes on offense and defense quickly?
Well, listen, hear me out. All eyes should be on Carter Warren. We're talking so much about this offensive line, and all eyes should be on Carter Warren.
Yeah.
Carter Warren is this year's Max Mitchell. This year's Max Mitchell. Just like you said, we need a Max Mitchell coming out, and Carter Warren he's the reason why we were able to go defense in the first round, because we all the offensive tackles were gone, and this was JD's sleeper pick. This is the sleeper pick. So he said we can get Carter a little later on, just like you also said one time about getting Max Mitchell in the mid rounds, and this was coming into fruition. Everybody has to watch this guy Carter Warren, because we're gonna definitely need him sooner than later.
Listen,
Yeah.
Listen, Tommy, you're talking that talk. I got to slide off. I got other callers. I want to thank you for calling in. Next, we're going to go to my guy, Tim. Tim, we're coming directly to you. Again, we're short on time. Keep it in mind, okay, Tim? Listen, that man, Tim, is a savage. Savage. Listen, Tim, quickly, man, give me your thoughts. Dalvin Cook is a Jet. How are you feeling?
I'm fine with it, bro. I told you the other day I was good with it. Despite all the BS, we're adding one more guy to a room that we need just a security blanket in. That's pretty much all it is, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of people were against it. I got on the phone with you the other day and I said,
yeah.
What was he originally? Do you remember what he was originally looking for per year?
I don't remember. I don't remember what the reports were.
I'd be curious because I know he settled at like $8 million per year, and I remember I said, I think he's just kind of out there in the ether in the free agency market, and I think he realized he was out there at a bad time because it was right around that time that they were talking about how the running back value was decreasing. So I think we got him at a pretty decent price.
Yeah. For
a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
Really talented running back. 4 seasons with 1,000 yards straight. So I mean, if somebody has a complaint about that, I would love to hear why.
Tim, don't you start wrestling, okay? Don't you come over here. Don't you come over here and start your rabble rousing. Okay, I'm the king rabble rouser. All right, we short on time. Don't you come over here and start rabble rousing and causing all these issues and having people calling, yelling, and going crazy. All right, don't you do that. Don't you do that.
I like to stir up all the savages.
Yeah, don't you even try to do that because they will come in droves. Before I let you go, Tim, give me a guy on offense and a guy on defense quickly that you are going to be keeping your eyes on in the upcoming game against the Bucs.
Offense, I'm going to go with Brownlee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go.
His first name is Brownlee.
Jason
receiver.
Jason Brownlee, the wide receiver.
Yep. I hear the Jets had their eye on him. I just watched that new One Jets Drive. Apparently, they were looking at him to draft him, and they just couldn't squeeze him in. So I'm glad that he's in the house. I'm glad that he's learning, and it sounds like he's got a nice ceiling to him. So Hopefully he pans out. And then on defense, I'm always looking at Michael Clemens. Always.
Okay.
I can't get enough of that dude. I mean, wherever he is on the field, I got to find him and watch him, see whoever he's destroying at that current moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I got to slide off, Tim. Next time I have a show, you call in. I want to hear from you, all right?
Good.
All right. Listen, we're going to finish up, okay, with Jake quickly. Jake, I literally got like a handful of minutes left, a couple minutes, and we're going to be talking to Jake really quickly about his take. For those of you that do not know, Jake is a savage. Savage! Jake, Dalvin Cook is a New York Jet. Give me your thoughts.
Hey, Joe. Tuesday instead of Friday for a change.
Yeah.
I told you how I felt before. This better be a clause in his contract about any allegations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not letting that go anytime soon. So,
Okay.
you know, Jet fans, you better remember this.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope you're not just proud and happy because we got him at a good deal, which we did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with $8 million, but I don't need any blowback from this.
Okay.
So
No,
this
listen.
is going to be on Joe Douglas. It is the blowback.
Yeah, no, listen, I hear you, Jake. Now, before I let you go again, I'm really short on time. Give me a guy on offense and a guy on defense you keeping your eyes on this upcoming game against the Bucs.
Jermaine Johnson and Abakananda again. I want to see if he's really going to take this running back job completely behind Cook if Brees is going to be out for 6 weeks.
All right, listen, perfect.
Oh, and Mekhi Becton's not good. Mekhi Becton's not good. Sorry. Sorry, John, I'm over it now. Not good.
Listen, Jake.
Hey, I've had enough.
I want to thank you for calling in. I got to slide off again. We're short on time. Block Talk about to hate on me. Listen, I got to close the show out, okay? Because they about to shut your boy down. Look, I am the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, okay? Search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love hearing about what you folks think I do here on the Long Beach Joe Show, okay? Your boy is also on Twitter as well. Going over to Twitter, type in at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe on Twitter, okay? Follow me, I'll follow you right back. My personal page is at YoungJ000, again, at YoungJ000, all right? But again, at The Long Beach Joe for the show. Go ahead and follow me. I'll follow you right back. You want to troll me? No issues. I am the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. Damn. I know he's dealing with the ankle injury right now. He's going to come back from that. I'm telling you, Vera Tucker is going to be dominant this year. I don't know what he's going to play. Some people want him to move to right tackle, whatever. Okay, that's fine. He can do that. Staying at right guard is what I want to see him do because he is dominant at right guard. All right? But I'm telling you, he's going to destroy people, okay? But that's what we do at USC. We produce players that handle business in that manner. Fight on, all right? So, again, I'll be under that bridge trolling, all right? And as always, people, I'm on YouTube as well. Come on over to YouTube. Type in Long Beach Joe Jets. Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube.
90 seconds.
Y'all see they hating. Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Also, please give the videos a thumbs up and share them across your social media platforms with your friends and your family. And if you want to troll me, get in those comments and troll me. I love going back and forth. And as always, people, when you see me in person, because you will see me in person, okay? It is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone, okay? The hugs will cost you absolutely nothing. I want to thank you folks for
60 seconds.
Hayden, I want to thank you folks for taking the times out of your day to call in, interact with the show, talk to me in the chat, all the savages. I want to thank y'all for interacting with me any way that you do. I truly appreciate it, all right? Without you folks, I'm absolutely nothing. Thank you for doing that. I truly appreciate you. So, got to close it out. Hopefully everybody watches Hard Knocks. We'll be talking about that on the next show. You folks have a good one. Peace. Until the next show. 1 second, folks. Pow. Okay, I should be back. Listen, I want to thank everybody for joining me during this show. It's phenomenal. I truly appreciate y'all. For all the new callers or people that don't know, exclamation point. Links in the chat brings up my link tree. That link tree has the links to all of my social media platforms. It also has the links to all of my YouTube pages. Reaction page. I got reactions coming, okay? We have a lot of fun. We be laughing at fools on the internet, okay? People be wilding on the internet, and we be laughing at them. Come on over to my reaction page. Subscribe to that as well. There'll be videos coming up very soon for that. I got a lot of content coming for y'all. So, again, we have a lot of fun. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Again, these shows are a year-round. I do these shows year-round, folks, okay? That's what I do. But y'all do know, and y'all heard tonight, my schedule is wild. it's wild, okay? Sometimes it's on different days. But if you follow your boy across my social media, I post hours before we're going live that we go live, okay? We'll continue to talk about the team throughout this offseason. I continue to take live calls. I do it all and I have fun. We even have shows during the season, on certain game days when my schedule allows. And we sit down, we watch the game together. And then directly after the game, we have a live radio show. And y'all heard it from Val. I believe it was Val said it tonight. In the past, those shows have been very anger-filled shows. Those shows were filled with anger, especially that Gaze era. Oh, that Gaze era. Those shows, my my game day radio shows after the game were literally coined Jets therapy. For years, I've been coined a New York Jets therapist because people would call in and just let it all just go. Okay. They would call in and definitely vent. Okay. So hopefully there's more happy times and we're smiling a bit more this upcoming season. So, yeah, we do that too. We have a lot of fun over here. All right. Now, I want to say this. Keep in mind, as y'all heard, we have new callers tonight. We had quite a bit of callers tonight, right? This number right here does not change, okay? Generally, pretty much always. My shows are at 7 p.m. Eastern on whatever day I choose to do them, right? Or whatever day I can do them. They're at 7 p.m. Eastern. The thing is, the phone line to my show opens at about 6:50 or 6:55 p.m. Eastern. That's when the lines for the show open. So I'm not going to say who does it, Val. I'm not going to say who's doing it, Val. I'm not saying who does it because I don't know. It's Val, okay? What some people like to do is they call in early. That's how they get on the show earlier, okay? So generally, my show starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll do a little spiel, give my takes about what we're going to discuss from 7 until probably like 7:10, maybe 7:15. And then I go straight to the lines because I want to hear from the people, okay? That's what we do here. So what people will do is they'll call in at 6:50 or 6:55 p.m. Eastern, whenever the lines open, okay? They'll call in and wait on the lines until the show starts, and then once the show starts, they're first on the line. And then they just wait, and then boom, they're immediately on the show. That's what people do. So y'all hear the lines. The lines are filled, okay? Val, I'm not saying who's doing it. I'm just saying Val put the cap emoji in there and say, hey, fast forward. He don't want nobody to hear this, okay? I'm not saying who's doing it. But I'm just saying, people put emojis in the chat to try to keep me from saying these things. And it's because they don't want other people to hear the secret sauce. The reason why I put this out there is because I noticed that, veteran callers, I've been running this show for a minute. So veteran callers do that. And I welcome it, It's whatever to me. But I put it out there so that everyone knows so that it's fair, okay? Again, I love and respect all the callers, every single one, even if I don't agree with you, okay? And there's a ton of people that don't agree with me. But that's what my show is about. My show is about perspective. I don't care what your perspective is. I want to hear from you, okay? With that being said, I want to hear from you, okay? When you call in, know that there's a queue system so I can physically see you, okay? When you call in, I can physically see you, and I know you're on the line, okay? Just be patient and wait. Trust me, I get to everybody, okay? It may take a couple minutes, but you will get on if you're patient, okay? Now, because I respect everybody's time, I go down my queue system, which means there's an order. That's why people do what they do. They call in 10 minutes before the show starts. So because there's an order, that's what I go down. All right. I've talked to Jets fans who have literally looked at me and said, Joe, I've been a Jets fan for 20 years. When I call into your show, you better put me on the show before you put these young kid on the show that just called. And I've had to shut that down and tell them that's not how my show works. I respect everybody's time. I don't care if you've been a Jet fan for 10 minutes or 10 years. If you're calling in to the Long Beach Joe Show and you want to give your take about the New York Jets, I'm going to take it in order. And I'm going to listen to you, okay? I may not agree with you, but I'm going to listen to you, all right? And just know that if I don't agree with you, yeah, I'm going to challenge your point. That's what this is all about. The same way that people don't agree with me. There are callers. There was a bunch of callers tonight that challenged my point. Be ready to defend your point, okay? You know, and I want to hear it. The only thing I do not allow on my show, though, for those of you that may not know, is cursing. Do not call into my show cursing. I'll get you out of here. I cannot deal with that, okay? This show is a family show, and we have young people that listen to the show, and we also have older people that listen to the show. You call in here cursing a bunch, I will move on from you. I understand that sometimes the team will take you there, but please rein that in, okay? And I don't have to say that. You know, I'm just putting this out there to people that may be breezing by and don't know, or because my audience, the savages, everybody that calls in, all of my callers, super intelligent. So I don't even have to, you know, you folks know what time it is. Like y'all are so smart. I don't have to worry about that. But, you know, there may be people just picking up and don't know and call in and want to go crazy. Don't do that here. This is not the place for it. I will move on. Also, make sure that your background is clear of noise when you call in. Don't call in. Have people call in, you know, and listen, I appreciate you. You call in when you at work. I understand you got to get that money. Get it. Make it, okay? There's a lot of things going on in this world. I know you got to make your dollars. But please don't call me. You're a construction worker. You're calling me on your jackhammer. You know, it's going crazy. And you trying to talk to me about what you saw from Zach Wilson. Don't do that. Because if I can't hear you clearly and my audience can't hear you clearly, what can we do? Right? Please get off the jackhammer, go down the street and talk to your boy. All right? And then get back on your jackhammer. Again, I appreciate everyone that calls me, no matter where you're calling me from, what you're doing. Some people listen to me. People are telling me they listen to me while they're, you know, chilling out after work in the afternoon. They just put your boy on the TV and listen to what I got to say and listen to the callers, listen to the show. Some people listen to me while they're, you know, moving and shaking through work, moving and shaking through their day. I appreciate every single one of y'all, everybody that listens and everybody that calls in. All right. I love this interaction. That's what I do the show for. Okay. I'm the man of the people. All right. So, yeah, please make sure your background's good, and please make sure you have a good connection and a good phone. Don't call me from a phone that you found in the basement of a cellar, okay, or in a muffler of a old Pinto. Don't call me from a phone that you found in a dumpster at Home Depot. Please make sure your connection is good. All right. I need to be able to hear you. Don't call me from a Sesame Street phone. I need to be able to hear you. Okay. So please make sure you have a good connection, because if I cannot hear you and my audience cannot hear you clearly, how are we supposed to have the discussion? We can't. I want to hear your takes, and so does my audience. All right. So, you know, please be prepared. All right. So we have a lot of fun doing the show year round. I'll let y'all know for sure before the season starts if I'm going to be able to watch that first game with y'all. We'll have a lot of fun doing that, but my schedule's wild. Right now it's looking, I'll just let y'all know, but I've been, you know, working on it. Don't trip. So we're going to do that. Also, again, we take comments and questions from the chat. Again, I'm one man. I do get to y'all. But, you know, callers are moving. Between the callers, I definitely come to y'all. So please, if you have a question, please put it in there. And, you know, spam it if need be. Don't go crazy with the spamming, because I don't like that. But, you know, put it in a couple times, you know, just in case if I, you know, don't see it. Again, there's, you know, a bunch of y'all. There's only one of me. But trust, I will get to you. So, yeah. We have a lot of fun. Oh, also, we game on this channel. I know people are mad at your boy because I'm not gaming as much as I was before. My schedule is wild. I'll get back to it. There's people that's been like, Joe, bruh, I want the games. Let's get back to it. Okay, I know. Trust. I get yelled at like every week by somebody different. Okay, real talk. That'd be mad. They'd be like, Joe, love the Jets content. When are you playing NBA 2K? Okay, Joe, love the Jets content. What's up with the Street Fighter, brother? Joe, love the Jets content. That's phenomenal. What about that Madden though? Like I know. Okay, I know. I'm trying to work on that, but again, I'll get to it when I can. My schedule is just crazy. So we do game on this channel. So if you catch your boy playing, whatever it is, GTA, we played that before. We'll play that. GTA, Madden, NBA 2K, Street Fighter 6. We'll figure that out. Just whatever video games we be in here playing, right? Stop on in, say what's up. We have a lot of fun. We laugh, joke. We talk about life. Come in and join the discussion if I'm doing that. So, so we have a blast doing that. So if you see your boy in here, it pops up and you're like, whoa, is he playing a video game? Yeah, we do that too. So we have a lot of fun doing that, and we have a blast. So I'll get back to that at some point. So we do that. We have a good time. Yeah. So the next show, I'll let y'all know when it's going to be. It's going to be a little bit. But we'll get to that. We'll get back to Jets content. I got more videos coming out as well that I'm going to be doing. So listen, salutes and respect to everybody. Val, salutes to you. He says, do you feel like this defense is going to be more dominant than last year's defense? I think it has a chance to be. And I think it has a chance to be for a couple of different reasons, right? I think one of it, clearly, we've added, Will McDonald. There's more talent here. We'll see the next step, the evolution of Jermaine Johnson, right? He's looking phenomenal. He's definitely going to add, more of a weapon, be more of a weapon to this defense, than last year. He's definitely going to progress. But I think one thing that a lot of people don't talk about is the acquisition of Aaron Rodgers is going to make the defense better too, because they're going to be finishing drives on offense. They're going to be putting up points. So that's going to give the defense more time to sit back and catch their breath, right? They're going to be able to really sit back and have time to rest and recuperate now. Last year, they didn't have that time because the Jets' time of possession was awful. It was awful. The Jets defense would get a stop, and then the Jets would go out there and it'd be a quick 3 and out, and the defense would be back on the field. The defense was on the field most of the time for the New York Jets. Well, now that's not going to be with Aaron Rodgers throwing the football, all right? Then also, right, another reason I think the Jets defense is going to be better, probably better than they were last year, is because with Aaron Rodgers finishing drives, with this offense scoring now in the red zone, which is what we expect with Dalvin Cook, all these weapons we got, it is going to change the way that offenses are going to have to play against the Jets, okay? I'll call it the Kansas City theory, right? Kansas City, when they get off the plane, they're up by 28. You can't run the ball against them late in games because you'll just run yourself out. You'll drain the clock on yourself. You'll be dead. So what happens? You have to play catch up. So now you got to start throwing the ball. Well, you look at Kansas City, they were second in the league in sacks. They had 55 because all they were doing was pinning their ears back and destroying people. From Jones to all the other guys that they got over there was just pinning their ears back and letting people have it. Rushing the passer. That's how they do things over there. And that's how we can end up doing things here. That's why, again, the pick of Will McDonald made even more sense to me. Right? That's why it made more sense. Because now when we're up, we're going to close people out. Because Will McDonald, Jermaine Johnson, Bryce Huff, and Carl Lawson, and Quentin Williams, and Quentin Jefferson, we can just unleash these guys. Because you're going to be desperate. You're going to be down by 2 or 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and you're just going to be scrambling trying to get back, and then we're going to close the door on you. All right? So that's why I think the Jets defense is going to be better. The talent, and just, the offense being able to finish, that's going to be good. So, salutes. He also says Quan Alexander would have been perfect on this defense. Yeah, but again, they have a lot of faith in Jamin Sherwood. So we'll see what happens going forward. That Jets outside linebacker position is up for grabs, and Jamin has looked good, but Zaire Barnes has been in the talk. There's been a lot of guys has been in the discussion for that. So see what happens going forward. NY Sports Media salutes. I want to thank you for being in here. NY Sports Wicker Media, excuse me. Always good to see you in here. Val Outlaw, salutes as well. Good to see you in here. All right. Rusty, salutes. Respect to you. Always good to see you in here. Adam, good to see you in here as well. Adam says all the naysayers would change their tune when they see Cook doing his thing on the field. Absolutely. He also says Zeke isn't Cook. That's a fact. Tim's Collectibles, salutes. Always good to see you in here as well. Sean Bennett, salutes and respect to you. GVH, always good to see you in here too. NY Jets FL, salutes and respect to you. All right. And again, I'll let you guys know, or I'll let you folks know, excuse me, if I'm going to be able to watch the first game with y'all. Mr. Pickle Pants, salutes. Always good to see you in here. Michael Piper, I think that's, let me know if I mispronounced that. Michael Piper Jr., salutes and respect to you as well. Good to see you in here. Jordan Victor, salutes and respect to you as well. You said the volume's very low. Can everybody hear me? Was my volume low? I didn't think it was low. Let me know. Well, I'm going to check it out, but hopefully my volume was solid and everything was good. But definitely let me know if the volume's low for you or something's going on. You know, YouTube, the streaming thing can be rough sometimes, you know. But I'll work with it. So, Budgeting D, salutes. Always good to see you in here as well. Respect Dakota, salutes to you as well. Always good to see you in here too. You know, everybody, man. A-Fung as well, salutes. I know, you know, everybody. Listen, I'm going to work on the people. You're trying to bully your boy, all right? First, y'all didn't want Zach on the screen. Then you didn't want they didn't want Zach on the screen. They didn't want Becton. All right, you guys try to bully me to get them off the screen, you know, all right? Now I got Sauce in the building. I'm feeling good. Got A-Rod in the building. I know. I'm gonna work on I'm gonna work on it again, okay? I just love that picture of A-Rod, but you know, we got our pictures in, so I'll work on I'll just work on my setup a little bit more. But yeah. I'm going to work on it. Don't worry. Okay. A-Fung, salutes. Good to see you in here as well. Vibes, always good to see you in here too. Yeah. Salutes and respect to you. Venom G, salutes. Always good to see you in here as well, Venom. You know, just everybody that comes on in and talks to your boy, man. James Kennedy, salutes and respect to you. He says Will McDonald is that dude. Excuse me. Jack Kenneth, salutes and respect. Jack Kenneth says, I didn't keep up. What was the deal with Cook? Yeah, Cook is now a New York Jet. 1 year, $8.6 million. Always good to see you in here, Jack. Oh, and I forgot to say that. For those of you that may not be Jets fans, clearly this is a Jets based show, right? You see what's going on over here. But just because you're not a Jets fan doesn't mean you can't call in, okay? You can call in. We have Raiders fans in the chat. I talk to everybody, okay? You can call in and give it your perspective on football. We talk football and we talk about everything, all right? So keep that in mind. We have Patriots fans that call in, Falcons fans that call in, Bears fans that have called in before. We take all calls, you know? Some people just call in and be like, oh, the Jets suck. I'll hear you out. Don't get too crazy, though. Don't get too crazy, but I'll hear you out, all right? GM, salutes to you. Always good to see you in here. Jets Mess, salutes. And again, salutes to Jack Kenneth. It's always good to see him here. Christopher Phillips as well. Salutes and respect to you. Good to see you in here too. NY Sports says, I hear you all right. All right, salutes. Yeah, you know, if you guys see something crazy or there's something going on with the stream that's wild or mad audio, please let me know. Try to fix these issues. It can get wild. Sometimes, all the time, it's YouTube, okay? Streaming on YouTube is wild. Okay, streaming period is a little wild, but I try to fix things, you know, as we move and shake. So we have a lot of fun over here. I'll let y'all know when the next show is going to be. Schedule's kind of crazy, and we'll get to it. Hopefully, everybody watches Hard Knocks. We're going to watch that, and yeah, next show we're going to be talking about the upcoming, or we're going to be talking about you know, the results of the Bucs game, and we'll see what's happening. So I got to get on out of here because my schedule is wild. I got to go. Listen, folks, be safe, okay? Be safe out here, all right? Whew. NY Sports says next it'll be Billy Turner and Max Mitchell on the screen. That was a good one, NY Sports. That was a good one. They bullied me to get Becton off the screen. I don't know why. I love Mekhi Becton. But Zach, whoa. Before I close it out, listen. Zach Wilson, when I tell you the amount of people that hit me up and was like, Joe, I love your show. Love it. Love listening to you. Love the callers. Love the interaction. Man, I'm going to call in one day, but you better get Zach off that screen. I do not want to see his face. I was like, dang, it's like that? Somebody was like, Joe, I love the show so much. I listen to it, and I just turn my screen off so I don't have to look at Zach. Oh, my goodness, man. Wow. There was a lot of hate for Zach last season. Yeah, so. But, we're moving forward. And, again, I'll continue to work on the setup. We're improving. We're moving. We're getting things better. And, again, the audio for the show will be uploaded as well. For those of y'all that don't know, the audio, the reason why that's uploaded is, it's automatic, but it's requested. There's a lot of people that listen to me move and shake and can't physically watch the show. So they just want to hear the audio and everything. So, we have a lot of fun doing that. I put that up there too. Make sure everybody has access to my content. Jet set for life. Salutes and respect to you. Good to see you in here as well. So, Shogun, salutes. Good to see you too. He says, Joe, it's been a minute, dog. I'm so pumped for this season. I am as well. I'm hyped. All right. Hopefully next show I'll be hearing from you, my friend. I got to get out of here. Listen, folks, be safe. Be safe. All right. Sit down with your friends and your family. Enjoy some good food. Watch some good TV. Make the moments with the people that you love the most and let them know that you love them. It's important to me in my life. I hope it's important to you in yours because you never know what can happen, all right? So make those moments. I'm going to get out of here. Again, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Also give the stream a thumbs up. Share it across your social media with your friends and your family.